everybody, how you doing? We just got done talking crap about our friend Sean, who we love and adore. Anyways, welcome to another edition of Heart Soul Gaming, the Curse Breakers campaign. We'll get right into a recap. Last week, party was continuing on their adventures towards the. Right now, the goal is to go to Grand Noah, which is about the halfway point of their adventure, so they can do a bit of research on curses and bring Penelope back to her home, her new home.
Escort mission we started 3 months ago, 6 months ago.
I mean,
well, we're keeping Penelope. That's all there's to it.
I mean, she's a healer.
We need a healer.
Keep her while you got her, right?
So in other words, we find her family and something tragic happens to them, and she has to come with us, right?
So
fireball.
Sure.
Sure.
What's your character's
I like the
name?
implication there. I like the implication. Great or good.
Or-
Great or good.
Or one of us can just be really good at persuading her, maybe.
So someone needs to start seducing her now.
Silas, go for it.
Yes, Silas is. Yeah, Silas.
Well, we don't know if she's into men or
You
women.
can do it, Silas.
Oh, actually,
You're
yeah.
charismatic.
We haven't
I
really
believe in
established
you.
that
Y'all
yet.
I
did-
don't want to
here's
have to take one for the team.
Here's the thing: you do know that she's been writing in a journal for quite some time, since the beginning of
Damn.
the trip.
Okay,
y'all
so steal
know.
the journal, read it, find out who she likes. That person has to do it.
I don't want to have to take one for the team.
Well,
I
if
can
she likes
steal
you,
it.
you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's.
I can
We do
steal
have a
it.
master thief over here.
The thievery's kind of my thing,
I mean,
even though I haven't used it
I'll
yet.
leave that 100% on y'all.
We can talk about this in game.
That being said, yeah, everybody's like murmuring it on the side.
All right.
As they stop by this temple that Farlag and the god of travel and the horizons, they'd also to rest, which also doubled as a inn that takes donations towards the temple. Some chaos ensues that when they find out that one of the head priest's daughter snuck out in the middle of the night to enjoy some time with a new recruit of one of the guards. Sorry, that's okay. Afterwards, they find out that both of them were both took grabbed by Gnolls, hyena humanoids, and went opposite directions, forcing the party to split up between the people that were here last week and the people that weren't, plus Penelope. And y'all successfully rescued the girl, and you're surrounded by a bunch of dead Gnolls. What do you do?
So she's conscious.
She's conscious and she's awake, and she's kind of like shivering and kind of freaking out.
I will go ahead and I will say first I'll try to figure out how she's feeling. We'll be like, hey, everything okay?
What happened? We were doing something. I heard some weird laughter, and then suddenly everything went black.
Well, you just got kidnapped by hyena people, but it's okay. We just dealt with them like you saw.
Hyena people.
Yeah, they're
What are
called-
you talking about?
Frankly, I don't know what they're called, but
So
they've
she
been
walks
dealt
over. He's got knowledge history, so
Yeah.
like they're Gnolls, by the way.
Seems to me so there's a link between you
pardon
and
me,
no before you split up.
When let's see,
it already faded out.
what happened?
last-
Can you tell me from the beginning?
You suddenly see her face go a little flushed, as she's just kind of like,
I don't think I
how much do you want to know?
can. It's just,
Let's see. I'm trying to remember.
I'll double check.
Did she know about the funny business? I'm trying to remember.
That really is dependent on whether or not you
no,
do.
I want to say.
I don't know. I don't know if Kent and Silas went into detail or not.
I don't think they.
But
would.
you did know that she snuck out with a new recruit. But you don't know. You don't know what they were up to unless you want to guess what.
No, Silas and I had an idea, but
What a man and a young man and a young woman tend to be up to when they sneak out on their own.
All right, so I'll take that as I got the passive insight, and I'll just go with Tell us everything that's pertinent to the Gnoll situation.
Well, me and Davis, we decide. Well, I guess to say that we were very fond of each other, but we weren't getting a lot of privacy, so we decided to sneak out once it was getting dark to one of the sheds to enjoy our time together. And I guess,
You were looking for some privacy and you got jumped.
yes, I guess we weren't really caring about keeping quiet, and we weren't as close as we should have been to the temple when the Gnolls, you called them?
Yes, the hyena people, as Kent described them.
Well, the Gnolls, when the Gnolls originally surrounded us, and as you can, and picked apart the hut, I got, in my panic, I got hit real hard in the back of my head, and everything went black. And where's Davis? Is he okay?
The rest of our group went to help him out. We will be joining them shortly. I just wanted to make sure you were okay and make sure there was nothing else I needed to know before I checked in on them.
I don't know. I guess that's all I know. I mean,
Do Gnolls frequently attack your?
Yeah, has there been any record
Out
of anything
temple?
like this happening?
Well, this is the first time they've been this brazen, but there's always stories of not just Gnolls, but many other of the more feral races that pick people off on the highways that aren't ready to prepare themselves. Of course, you know, the rough raiders are always out and about, but I don't remember them ever recruiting Gnolls.
We're the Rough Raiders.
They're the slavers,
They're
right?
They're one of the three main slavers group. The more aggressive ones, I guess you can tell, are mostly made up of orcs and hobgoblins. Sometimes they'll take. They've actually been known to have hill giants in their ranks as well.
Oh, jeez.
They're more. They're the grab anybody they can get and run off type slavers. Very different than the other two, from what I understand.
Okay. Let's see. Who was with us with this group?
Everybody except for Penelope, Kanan, and
Taisha.
That's right.
What?
Silas, do you mind taking her back to the temple and falling back and meeting us afterwards?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go see if Kanan and Taisha were able to find, and Penelope were able to find the recruit.
Isn't it?
So
We should meet up
Machine
with them.
walks off in that direction.
okay, well, y'all make y'all's way. I'm guessing back to the temple, where y'all actually do come across with Kanan, Penelope, Taisha, and somebody who seems half charred. Smoke coming off of them.
I'm holding the body.
I wonder how that
Oh,
happened.
he's alive,
Oh, he's alive. Oh, okay.
but he's shaking. He's terrified, and he's constantly looking over at Taisha, over and over
I thought we
again.
had this
I
discussion.
wonder what happened.
I thought we had this discussion. You need to be more careful with your damn
I didn't know there was a
fireball
person in the middle of all those Gnolls.
Should-
What-
Oh my
Go
god.
on, find one of
Penelope
them.
kind of approaches and was just like, yeah, well, Taisha really likes her new wand of fireballs.
Oh yeah.
Those Gnolls were actually a lot easier to take care of than we originally expected, despite us having the lesser numbers than y'all. And
It's okay if you're gonna do it. Just
I-
plan it properly.
needed.
I didn't know he existed. He did not. He was on.
Most of my spell slots are gone. Trying to keep him alive.
Slots.
Thank you, Penelope.
Of course,
Yeah, sorry you had to work so hard.
it's okay.
So
I
what
guess it's more important that I had to work hard keeping somebody alive than work hard fighting.
So what exactly happened? I mean,
Oh,
I
well,
pretty much got the gist of it.
as soon as we saw the Gnolls, Taisha unleashed a fireball on them.
That's okay.
Um,
I got fireball too.
Kanan,
Twice.
Kanan kind of looked at her. They all started running away from the fireball. She unleashed another fireball. He was half dead. I brought him back up. She unleashed another fireball.
This wand is very dangerous.
I brought him back up.
You think?
She unleashed another
Sure
fireball.
sounds like it.
And
Now I know why we have.
he's
leaves.
alive, maybe a bit traumatized, but he's alive.
Davis, you'll be all right. Just next time you're gonna engage in
He's probably never gonna cook anything ever again.
extracurricular activities, do it inside the place, not outside.
I'm sorry this happened to you, but do you mind telling us what you know about the Gnolls? And do you have any idea why they may have attacked you? You can tell me later after you've calmed down a bit. I think he needs to go back to the inn and maybe have some
Actually,
rest.
and with that, the girl just runs up to him. She kind of gives him a hug.
I did
and
too.
sees her-
He was,
I hold up. I like try to hold the bag with his eye.
I'm gonna take him back inside.
I know. Just you might want to be gentle with him.
Yes, of course.
no, it's fine. He
You were
was
just
very,
sort of rushing up to him. I didn't want you to like.
Oh, yes, understandable.
He's all right. He was quite
Understandable.
brave. He was quite brave.
And he just kind of fights still. Like,
Quite brave.
He's also part barbecue at this point.
Well,
Which one?
battle
The
scars.
bird radish or
I've always
biscuit?
heard that women like men with scars.
So Asheen will go back
And
and
that's
look at the
usually like
bodies
scars caused by combat,
of
right?
the
Like
Gnolls
fighting
that
in
aren't
combat.
burnt to a crisp.
He held his own.
Alrighty. They're dead Gnolls. If you're going towards their battleground, specifically hunting down the Gnolls that they took care of, they're all burnt to a crisp.
I had a feeling that was the case. That's why I went to our group.
Yeah, if you went to our group, you'll see some of the ones that you didn't finish off, like the ones that these two were able to pick off, especially like next to where they were, especially the two that the girl were trying to drag off. What are you looking for?
Anything unusual?
Nothing that you can tell. Just what you know about Gnolls is they can be very brazen individuals in their own right. You could hanker a guess that either these Gnolls were they're either Gnolls that were traveling because they were ousted from their old home, or there's a settlement and either they were traveling by or there's a new settlement that they were trying to establish, and could possibly be more around or could possibly not.
You know what I'm curious about? Why did they go separate ways?
Is this?
I mean, they took the.
My guess,
Uh-huh.
the couples ran. They split up.
Oh, they ended up splitting up. So then they
So the
split up,
Gnolls
and then
had
we
split
split
as
up.
well.
Yeah, probably. I hope that's the case, and we're not missing like a bigger picture.
Well,
Where
these
is the lair anyway?
corpses aren't going to tell us more than they can right now.
Well, I can.
Is there any of them alive?
No. As far as y'all's go, Taisha was like, and you just.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I'm just assuming as you were doing this, you had this look of ecstasy on your face, just kind of like enjoying every bit. As you remember ringing in your head the sounds of screaming laughter from the Gnolls as they were getting burnt. Tons of roasted, tons of roasted. The smell of roasted fur is very prevalent in that battleground.
Baby,
Did you want to try and track down their lair?
I'm down for doing that, but
If you are
maybe she
capable
went
of
through the-
tracking, we
Well-
can see. We can at least
Did you-
go
did you-
a little
Penelope?
ways to see where they came from.
Well, I mean,
You said that you exhausted all your
Well,
resources, correct?
there's also one spell I can prepare, but I need a rest first to prepare it at dawn. That would allow me to possibly speak with one of these corpses. The problem is,
Could you bring
It's-
one back?
that would require material components that,
We have.
and I would have to.
I would not suggest using those resources on
Uh,
these creatures.
Even then, I don't know if Gnolls are able to converse in our language. I would need to prep a comprehend language spell, or do clerics get tongues?
Well, that was what I was going to suggest. If we decided
Eventually.
to bring one of them back, I could brand him, and we let him run. He would lead us straight back to their lair. I'll always know where he is.
There's a high probability that this was just an attack of opportunity. They saw an undefended building, and they went for the opportunity. That's
That's possibly right.
so.
There were quite a bit of them. Y'all just got done slaying about 10, and y'all went after about the similar amount, about 8 or 10 in y'all's
so
own
I was
right.
gonna ask how many
They,
were in your
they
group.
didn't look like they were like prepped for
About the
war.
same. Kinda hard to
Yeah.
tell now,
Were they?
I
I
bet.
mean, they have like, they did more like, they had armor and they had weapons on them, but it's definitely stuff that like is typically light and they can keep on the move.
Does it look well worn?
I mean, it's not in good shape, no.
Okay. How fed do they look?
Give me a medicine check. I'm trained if you'd like.
I'm suggesting
It's
that
gotta
we
be
go ahead and rest
untrained.
before we go.
10 on the die. I got a +1 bonus for my wisdom.
11, if you kind of look and even on the ones that aren't burned to the crisp, kind of like feel around them, you can tell that maybe a few of them probably did go about a day without any kind of food, maybe even longer. So can't rule out the possibilities that these gnolls were very hungry and could have had the taste for human.
Given the state of the corpses, they don't look well fed, so there's a good chance that they're just a roaming band looking for a meal.
All right. If that's the case, then we probably took care of all of them.
There's a high probability of that. But we can,
At the very least, the warriors.
yeah, we can try to guess where they came from. At least a general direction might be a good idea.
Everybody give me a survival check, and I will allow it to be untrained as well.
Oh,
Is that survival?
17.
Come on, Lord.
Well,
What did you say?
Yeah.
18.
trained or otherwise.
11.
What does it mean trained?
Ruben has a little dot here.
I have a dot.
You're good.
You good? You got me trade?
Right? That's what that means?
Yeah. Good for you.
It's something a lot of people
14.
I did it because of my background.
Okay, so good.
Well, that's good. You can help him hunt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
So-
can fireball more stuff.
No,
yeah.
don't do that.
You had the highest with an 18? You and you had 17, right? Both of y'all together from being two different parties moving as they seem to come together as a certain arc. Y'all continue that arc from each of y'all's ways until you do see, after converging together, a set of tracks looking like it was going towards the end, or the temple.
From what direction?
Coming from north.
The north. Okay.
It's definitely off the road.
Off the road. Okay.
Y'all came west.
So, knowledge history. What's north of the area we're in? Nat 20.
Nat 20.
And inspiration.
Oh, inspiration.
Inspiration. So, you know that y'all are on one of the big main roads that connects the port city of Alit, the grand city of the grand city of Grand Noah. Maybe I should have picked something other than Grand Noah.
You say like the
And-
capital city or
The
just
cap-
the city.
I guess the capital city of Grand Noah, because that is where a lot of the nations band together. So, the capital city of Grand Noah, and and eventually to the High Elf Empire, to the far east. North, you actually know, the further north you get, the more dangerous it gets. That's where a lot of the other civilizations that are not part of this union tend to live. That's where a lot of raiders or a lot of slavers would end up going once they snatch what they're interested in from here going up there. Doesn't necessarily mean this is where the Gnolls are from, as they could have easily have came even southward, and probably several from the north and doubled back. But you do know that there is a ton of unmarked uncharted, not uncharted per se, but there's plenty of wilderness for
Hostile territory.
Yeah, plenty of hostile territory in between the three main areas. You do know, since you rolled a 20, that way up north is also where the where the dwarven city of Krill is from, which she claims she's where you know Abigail's from. It does lie more or less northeast from the other parts of the civilization where slavery and all that are allowed. And if you're looking specifically for the north, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. You do know that the further north you go, the farther away the influence from the alliance gets.
So it's obvious they came from like wild or hostile territory.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's a logical place for them to come from.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Well, in knowledge history, you do know that there's a lot of wildlands, even in the alliance area.
Okay.
It's not exactly beyond belief that they could have came from the south, where the other great dwarven city of Stina and the Wood Elf nations are from.
okay, so there's known Gnoll tribes in those areas.
Yeah, like you can believe that there's very much a possibility that there could be Gnoll tribes in the south as well.
Okay.
Like y'all did face goblins on Karuva Cien, which in of itself, while it's its own sovereign nation, is still a big enough island to where you have the main area where the people are concentrated at, and basically the rest of the island, where you know Sagwin, goblins.
Wild territory.
Y'all have seen ogres, and y'all have seen bugbears
Yeah.
in that area. And it's the same thing is with the main continent. Like, you got your main civilizations, and then you got little patches where some of the more feral races would hunker down and get ready to pick off any unsuspecting travelers off the road. Not
Okay.
really that common. That's why typically, as you can tell, the temple itself is usually well defended. It's just you're not supposed to be that far out in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So far, everything's adding up to a roving band. Coming from the
Good thing that we were
north.
here, though.
I mean, if you
Yeah, no joke.
you could continue to follow these tracks for as long as you feel like you need to, but that's entirely up to y'all.
Well, it's late. We have we need to get rest. We can always pick up this trail tomorrow if we need to. I suggest we talk to the people of the inn, particularly of defense. Let them know what we discovered and see if we can find anything else out.
Might be a good idea.
I say we can do that either tonight, or do you want to do that tomorrow?
Either way, I still vouch that we take
Well,
a rest.
Either way,
Well, clearly.
I think
Especially Penelope.
Yes.
I'll attempt to contact someone in charge tonight. The sooner they know this information, the better. Just to be safe. They might know something that we don't.
Yeah.
Gotta make y'all's way back to the inn.
Yeah.
Okay. The head priest walks up and approaches you. Says, "This isn't much, but this I can't give you what's meant for the temple, but this is from my own personal cuts." And he hands you 200 gold pieces.
Nice.
I wish I could give you more of the life of my daughter. Well, for anybody who's a father, you would know it's there's no price that can be paid, but thank you for taking the initiative when you did.
We couldn't exactly
happy
do
to-
nothing.
Oh, question. It seems like this band of Gnolls came from the north. Is this typical behavior for Gnolls in this area?
Yes, a big reason why this temple was also established is to give travelers a safe haven. The roads themselves, there's always a possibility that ambushes could happen, from gnolls to the rough raiders to even roaming bands of ogres who are just looking for a quick meal. Sadly, with the situation of the dragons going on, the roads aren't as well protected as they could be. That's why a lot of people would even try to continue traveling in the middle of night just so they can reach here, so they can rest. We're hoping to get more checkpoints built in the near future, but this isn't out of character. Well, coming this close to the temple certainly is, but
It's the
They
first
mu-
time they've ever done something so brazen.
exactly, they
Looked
must
like-
they must have been desperate.
It looked like some of them were hungry, so it's possible they
Yeah, they could have been.
they're running out of food and
Mm.
tried harder prey than usual.
Mm.
I'll split the gold amongst all of us. It's 33.
Mark?
3.
33 gold.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, one thing I can continue doing is, for as long as I'm in charge of here, y'all's stay and meals will be free.
That sounds good.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, again, it's the least I can do.
And it is all greatly appreciated.
Now, I'll go ahead and allow you all to get some rest. I'll be sure that Davis is taken care of. No Gnolls had fire from their at their availability.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that we got to be ready to prepare for.
Yeah, just be on the safe side, you know.
Fire tends to start randomly sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, especially when it's in the hands of something as volatile and
Volatile is a good word for that.
and reckless as Gnolls.
Hey, I'll actually go up to Taisha and just elbow her in the shoulder, like, ears burning yet?
No, not at all. You want yours too?
No. And then, I'm
Alright.
okay.
So he, you see him kind of sort of retreat towards the back where y'all saw Davis being taken, and the mother kind of like embracing her daughter, kissing her forehead, and then but she kind of turns towards the rest of y'all like, "Are you hungry? I can fix you something to eat real quick before you go back to your rooms."
A strong drink for Davis for sure.
Oh, of course. We'll make sure Davis is well taken care of. Thank you for making sure both of them came back alive.
Of course.
My pleasure.
Please tell me that laughing is in character.
Please tell me it's not.
Please tell me it is.
I'm just like looking at her.
Well,
Teguo Furky for now on as volatile.
Mhm.
Volatile to Asia.
I'm so glad you know a big word.
It's actually, oh, damn.
Wow.
That actually does have a good ring to it, though. Volatile Taisha. I like it.
Wow, you know a
Alright.
big word too, man.
If y'all
Big
want
words
wish,
is about all I know.
if y'all wish, y'all can return to y'all's rooms and rest for the night.
I think that would be for the best.
Yeah.
I need some more
Okay.
coffee.
I
You're
need
not-
rest.
Your night continues without any instance, and y'all gain the benefits of a full rest.
I got my second whispering back.
I got all my charges back.
Got my hit points back.
Did I roll twice? What do I do?
No, you didn't use the other one.
In the morning, Penelope does approach Kanan and Asheen and basically says, just in case I prepared to speak with dead, we can, if somebody else is, I don't think Gnolls even speak common, but let me double check that. I'd be surprised if they
I
did.
don't think they.
They should.
Can we,
Well, in a lot of
I
editions.
think they probably understand common.
Well, since they're like wild creatures,
always roll no.
But you're the GM, and this is your campaign, so
That
that's
is
the
true.
ball's in your court there, buddy.
that's true. And if it really is my call, I would say no, because again, they
It's
don't.
your world.
They would never interact with common races enough to care about learning. But if it does show it in here, I'll nope. Only shows Gnoll as their language. If y'all, heck, there's Gnolls that called the Gnoll thing of Yinogu that know Abyssal,
Oh, there you go.
I believe that.
but y'all didn't run into any of those.
Such a cool
Thank
They
goodness.
said they know Abyssal?
No, only the Gnoll thing of Yinogu, which is the demon lord that Gnolls worship.
No.
So that funny enough, you would think they'd be using morning stars, but they don't. So she does say if we have some way to make it to where I can communicate with them, I can actually. That's also something else. Let me check and see if tongues is.
It's like a 3 or.
I think it's a
Fourth
third
level
level
spell?
spell. If it's a fourth level, she doesn't have it. It is a third level, and clerics do get it, so she can blow a second level for Speak of Dead, and a third level for tongues, and neither one require concentration. So, if y'all want her to
If
do
she's
that,
already prepared it, we might as well.
If you think that's the best option, we can definitely find out if they have any kind of lair. If not, and they are indeed just roaming wolves, then problem solved. We can move on.
Yeah, for all we
I'm
know,
sure
we
the
probably killed
priests-
all of them.
that's also one
would
more.
like the peace of mind. I'm sure Davis would like the peace of mind that this is not going to happen again.
True. And also the peace of mind once we.
Oh, they're
leave,
both
we won't
third
get
level
blown
spells. So this is probably going to cost both of our third level spell slots.
Yeah. Thank you, Penelope.
It's no problem.
I don't know what we would do without you, Penelope. You've been such a help.
Very thankful. One thing I do need to, one thing that I do need to let you know is, this means you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions.
Oh, for the record, I did spend the time to perform the ritual Find Familiar.
Oh, good.
I think
So
you I still think you do. I think you still do need to pay the gold, but yeah.
No, I had to burn, I think it was 10
Oh, yeah.
GPs worth of incense and stuff.
Don't forget your roll too.
That's up to him. If he likes his old rolls, he can keep them.
We can. Right?
I made a new rule to where if he likes the rolls that he has, he can keep rolling them over until he's ready to use them. But if he does want to re-roll, he has to re-roll for both.
Yeah, I'm keeping the
It
6
sounds like a
and
pretty
20.
fair trade.
Yeah, I don't want him to like roll a nat 20 on a day where he has no reason to use them and then just lose that nat 20. That seems like it would suck.
That's fair.
Shame.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I was thinking like sometimes I make rulings on how I would like it to go as a player also,
Yeah.
and that just makes sense. Sadly, neither one of these are ritual spells, so I thought tongues might have been, but nope. So yeah,
Really?
Comprehend languages, I think is.
yeah, but comprehend language will only allow her to understand.
Yeah.
Not really, unless one of y'all speaks Gnoll and you never told me.
No.
No, Nope.
No, she's
Didn't
got to
even know
have
they
tongues.
existed.
There is the telepathy, but I don't think that's going to work with Speak with Dead. So
I mean, I can. No.
It has to be willing,
that too.
and these things aren't technically creatures anymore. You're speaking. Oh yeah, that's also one thing that Penelope tells you is one more thing about Speak with Dead. It's under no compulsion to be truthful to me. So if we ask questions that are too personal, it might either choose to lie or refuse to answer.
So really, I'll be ready with the insight check.
Right.
Which of let's see.
I-
Kent, you have a honey tongue.
On occasion.
Would you mind doing some of the speaking for us?
Sure. I can give it a try.
I can touch you and give you tongues, but I think she has to be the one to ask the questions.
Right.
I can advise her on.
Yeah,
what
I
to
guess he
say.
would give her like an advantage to any persuasion checks. That
I
she
guess
does.
in that case, since I will say that, yeah, you could probably assist in like
Give her
giving
advantage.
giving her like good tips on how to talk. But it would still have to be her who has to make the rolls.
Oh, and hopefully she has good insight.
She has great insight. She's a cleric.
I would hope so.
I do take a lot of liberties on like picking subclasses that, granted, Peace Domain is actually really fucking good. But I usually, I do optimize them for what would make sense for that class, and she's Wisdom's her highest stat, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways,
All right, Penelope. I guess. Remind me, Penelope, how this speaking with the dead works.
So I would first need to cast a tongue spell on myself that would allow me to understand their language for about an hour. Then I will cast the spell Speak with Dead. It will allow me to ask up to 5 questions. But those 5 questions. Crap, where's that Speak with Dead? Where's that tab that I had open? Why aren't you still open? Did I close them both? Why would I do that? Anyways, it would allow me to ask up to 5 questions. The spell itself only lasts for 10 minutes, but it shouldn't take too long for me to get those questions across. And but the caveat to it all, oh, it's because I opened them up on the other tab, or on the other window. But the caveat is, again, they have no obligations to be truthful towards me. So if we asked them if they had a camp, they could easily tell me no. And you can't exactly force something that's already dead to speak. So
That's true.
if we ask them something that we think that they might be willing to answer truthfully, then or if I can glean enough to tell that it's lying, then that probably could be a good use of the spell. But they more than likely won't sell out any other gnolls that they know, if they know them.
So 5 questions. What would be the best way to glean the information that we need? We need to know if they were alone, if they have any other,
They have a leader.
yeah, if this was an organized attack or if they were just here for food. So perhaps the first question would be, why did you attack the hut? And depending on the answer, if Penelope could tell if they're lying or not, we can, I guess either way we're gonna want to ask them if there are more of them.
You know, with what I'm reading in this spell, it does not say that. Wait, here we go. Oh, okay, never mind. Including the languages that it knew. Never mind, continue.
If there are more of them, why did they attack? Are there more of them?
No, if you're gonna, no, I'll eat it if you really don't. If you really don't want the rest, this is good stuff. Really. Go ahead. Sorry.
And if there are more of them, who leads them.
Yeah.
Some of our plans.
See if there's more. If there's more, they could pose a danger to this church. or
Yeah.
Temple.
Is there a chance that any more might come back? Because that's primarily what we're concerned about.
It's a
for the
pretty sound
temple.
concern.
And perhaps leave the last one open for. We'll determine what we might want to ask after that, depending on what it says.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can let the new information that it gives us help dictate what the final question will be.
All right. Well then, y'all tell Penelope this, and you see her sit down. You see her take a moment to cast a spell. She pulls out a small clay model of a ziggurat and starts chanting before she then pulls out some burning incense, lights it on fire, and says a little prayer to Reu, asking him to imbue this corpse with its spirit so they may learn its secrets. And as she's done casting these two spells, you suddenly see the dead body of this Gnoll. I'm assuming y'all are going after one of the bigger ones.
Right. Anyone that looks like it's bigger, better fed, and has nicer stuff.
Okay, yeah, then it'll be one of the bigger ones. You see it kind of sort of twitch, and his eyes open up, and it kind of sort of looks towards Penelope. Why did you attack the hut? You hear him yipping, but to her, she hears, "We were hungry. They were making a lot of noise and they were away. They were easy pickings."
A lot of noise.
What was the second question?
Are there more of them?
Are there more of them? More of you? You stay silent.
Alright.
If will more attack us, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The other thing is, yeah. The other question after that, would, you know,
Will
since
more
there-
come?
since you know, we'll skip the leader question. Is there any chance that more will come?
Is there any chance that more will come? Probably not.
Insight.
Right.
Only she can understands.
She
Yeah, we
translated
can't
it.
understand it.
She can translate it, but
Well, we can't like read its like
She-
facial expressions or anything like
She
that.
has to make the
It is
the
dead.
inside check.
Eh,
True, but does it?
I will say everybody else can do insight with disadvantage because you're only gleaming its body language. You can't really get its tone or its anything else.
Natural 20. Oh, well, disadvantage.
I rolled a 4 twice.
Damn it.
Now this is a good chance. Now I probably shouldn't give you this hint, but this is a good chance for you to cheese lucky. That's up to you though. It allows you to pick that natural 20.
Would I pick the
10.
natural 20 or would I?
You would
Roll
roll
again.
3 and you would pick which one.
Oh, then yeah, let's do that.
For now, I'm keeping with the original rules
Well,
of that
since
one.
it's still disadvantage, I still can't choose the 20.
No, it turns disadvantage to super advantage.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Really? It does?
Lucky does, yeah.
Oh, lucky in its original
Oh,
form.
yeah, I guess you're
You
right.
choose. You choose which roll you want.
Okay, yeah, we're going with the nat 20 then.
Okay.
For a total of 24.
Good, because she got a 14, which I guess isn't terrible. What else did everybody else get?
I didn't roll.
5.
5.
10.
10. Alrighty. You and Penelope are able to glean that it's more than likely truth, telling the truth.
So he's staying calm and whatnot.
That was question 3, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Well,
What was question 4?
Well, they're obviously not a threat. I mean, we could ask if there's anything else.
if there's a leader.
Are there more dangerous, or are there other dangerous bands around that would attack this village or this temple anytime soon?
She speaks to it, asks the question. Dragon, maybe?
Dragon.
Why do you think we were on the run?
Where was the dragon last spotted?
The one that attacked us was a young black dragon up north.
Well, there we go. Maybe we will have to follow that trail after all.
Yeah, it's starting to sound like it.
Now, if we do this, this is going to be volunteer work because no one is hiring us.
Right.
We can always take the corpse if it's close to Grand Noah. We can try to take proof if we kill the dragon to Grand Noah and see if we'll be paid for that.
That's true.
That's not a bad idea. If you
Honestly,
Dragon skills
if
are
we
good for
can-
armors and stuff.
Not
the
just that.
dragon
for
and
killing.
its horde will be a reward in its own.
Yeah.
We'd also give,
assuming we can
If we survive.
find the horde.
true, but it's not just money. If we actually kill the dragon, more than likely, Cursebreakers itself will
Bragging
be
rights.
bragging rights, you could say, but also trusted for work.
That's true though. Our the reputation will be
Our,
Yeah,
better.
like
our reputation will skyrocket.
That's actually a good way of looking at this. From
Make a
what
good
y'all know.
name for ourselves if we end up killing this thing. So
So
What's
not
the
only
downsides
is this
to
the,
this?
This
We're
is the
having
right
fighting a dragon.
the
The
young
large black
risking
dragon.
her life fighting the dragon.
yeah, in for a penny.
So
What's up?
this is the right thing to do. It's good for our reputation, and if we find its horde, killing it and taking its horde would be its own reward.
There's a chance that we might go to a northern town that can help us out.
Honestly, no.
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 It's down.
No. Krill is maybe about a month's travel,
Yeah.
and Obstina even longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now this is
And-
something we have to do ourselves.
And you would know well enough that a dwarves would not give a shit unless this thing was attacking them.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd say we go for
They
it.
said it was
What's-
north, right? North from here?
Yes. Well, you know they came from north.
Got it. Okay.
Now, how far up north, you don't know.
Right.
That's
We'll have to follow the trail and see where it leads,
okay.
and hope we can follow it. All the way.
Honestly, I don't think I can sleep knowing that something like that's out and about.
True. And there's a possibility it might attack us in our travels anyways.
Or it could be attacking that next town that we were headed to, Fortuna.
I forgot. Do y'all have one more question left, or was that all 5?
That was all
That was
five.
all.
Okay, cool.
Northern town and start prepping for the trip.
You do see
Yeah.
Sweetie Sparkles catch you as you're doing this. Land. See one of the dead gnolls and starts eating it.
Alright.
Oh, hey,
Sweetie Sparkle.
oh, hey, he's back.
Yells down at him.
You can speak to it, right?
Yeah, right? I speak it.
You can speak. It also knows common too. It does
We can
not.
all speak it.
It cannot. It can't talk.
Yeah.
It understands.
Ask
We
it if it's
just-
all a dragon.
We cast Gentle Repose on something recently. What
Oh,
was
the
it?
deer.
There's the deer that's in the portable hole.
Oh,
It's still good for another 9 days.
yeah.
Deer?
Yeah.
Machine,
I killed the
Machine
deer.
sees
Kaden totally killed the deer. Then.
the nightmare feasting on a gnoll. Looks at some of the other gnolls.
Oh.
Penelope,
Hmm?
would you mind casting Gentle Repose on one of these gnolls?
And while we're thinking about this,
I think
because
you
I
told
did promise Ifrit a nice little treat, didn't I?
You did.
Kanan, mind if? Oh wait, no.
You have the
portable
hole.
hole. That's right.
How many do you want me to cast it on? I'm assuming is it for that thing?
Yes. At least 2, if you don't mind.
Okay. So she spends 20 minutes and 12 seconds casting Gentle Repose on 2 of the gnolls as a ritual.
I
That
pull.
way we have extra food for it.
I pull a piece of a deer out. Like it's probably one of the bigger pieces.
You cut, yeah, sure.
Uh,
you
and
cut
I'll-
off a nice hefty chunk of meat.
Yeah, and I'll call over to Ifrit and like, Ifrit, hey! Now, it's a good nightmare. It's a very good nightmare. You did exactly what I asked.
You kind of see it just tilt its head, and like its facial expressions, just like, really?
I know it's weird, but I promised you a reward, didn't I? Yeah. If you behaved yourself. Want it?
Machine just
He-
watches this
he
exchange.
kind of looks back at Taisha.
Out of everyone, I thought he would not be friendly towards you. I would take it.
He
Going
just-
once.
He just kind of snatches it right out of your hands and just starts chewing on it, but he's still kind of staring you down.
He's trying to figure it out.
Hey, I think we're starting to understand each other a little bit here. Huh?
Taisha, would you mind asking your companion which meat he prefers?
Will he answer me if I ask him that?
He would probably answer the best way a horse that can't talk could.
He can understand all of us, but I
Like, he's
think you
intelligent.
actually speaking to him in Abyssal might actually like be more
So
favorable.
I ask him in Abyssal what meat he prefers. Didn't really care, I guess.
That's what it seems like to me.
Meat's
Indifference?
meat, man.
Actually, he kind of turns and points at Penelope.
Oh,
I'm not relaying that information.
Like,
Well,
we
we
can
all
visibly
saw it.
see it point.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
all
Yeah.
see it.
Oh,
But she
no.
asked in Abyssal.
Yeah, I don't know what I
I
asked
know
him.
Abyssal.
But
Oh.
we asked her. To
Well,
ask
actually, no,
on
you
her
asked in
behalf.
Infernal.
Oh,
Sorry,
Infernal,
Infernal,
yeah.
my
bad.
Oh.
Because she's contracted to a devil, not a demon.
But we see it point towards Penelope. We can pretty much get an idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Well,
know nothing. You
Noted.
just see a look at Penelope, that's it.
I'm just
Uh,
gonna
And
like.
it's looking at fucking chocolate.
I'm just gonna like instinctively.
So she, just like in all seriousness, goes up to Taisha. Let's make sure we don't run out of gnolls.
I'm gonna step between
And let's
We
make
need
sure
to
that
keep our
Penelope
fingers
stays.
and Penelope.
Yeah, so
Penelope's just kind of like,
And
"Am I
I'm just gonna
missing
look at Ifrit. And I tap the hilt of my sword.
Don't you dare threaten my nightmare.
Well, you better keep him in line or I'll cut his ass
I
down.
got fireballs, don't forget.
We know how to hunt, and it apparently eats things that you won't eat.
You
Ask
monster
it if
hunter,
it's. Yeah.
right?
Ask it if
Well,
it's.
then you make sure we have enough meat for nightmare.
Now, hold on,
We
hold on,
do.
hold on. There's no need for intimidation. I think negotiation will work just. Taisha,
Doesn't.
Yep.
it's a temporary solution, I admit, but so is yours. Taisha,
No.
offer
Never mind.
it this piece of advice. We need our healer around in order to protect it. Now, if he does get any ideas of attacking Penelope, bear in mind
Wait,
that
what? Wait, does something
Don't worry about it.
We'll take care of you. Don't worry. And I'll like
If-
tap her shoulder.
He does threaten to do what I think he's thinking about doing. It is still 8-1.
Some say that's good odds. Ask it if it's seen the
I don't
dragon.
know. He might like his odds.
That's fine. He can like it all he wants until he goes down to the grave.
I mean, y'all will be able to drop it, no problem.
Exactly.
Y'all almost killed it.
Now,
and it knows.
oh yeah.
Eh.
Ask it
Because
during
Penelope
its,
still has tongues right now, so she knows what she has.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Penelope does still have time. Never mind. Yeah, then you actually do. Actually, when you see Ifrit pointing at Penelope, you actually hear a little eep coming from her.
Don't make that sound, it thinks it's you're hunting. Yeah.
You'll see it as a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
So ask it about the dragon?
yeah.
Ask it during its hunts. Has it seen any dragon, a black dragon, around at any point?
This was a nightmare.
Actually,
What does that mean?
Actually, that's probably more abyssal sounding. Infernal would probably be a bit more refined.
You want to try the refined, or are you?
I don't know what a refined version would be.
Can you please translate that for me, please?
Oh no, I wasn't speaking. I was pretending I was speaking infernal. So you asked about the dragon?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was just a normal horse yesterday, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They said that they were traveling north to get away from the dragon. I mean, we have to hit the opposite direction.
You can't track a dragon. You're a monster hunter.
They came from.
They
the
came
north.
from
They came from the north.
Y'all were heading east.
Okay, so we're gonna have to head north. Then.
So
We might have to
we're
take a little
making a
detour.
detour. Yes.
Y'all are
Can I track a dragon?
Yeah, you're a
If
monster
it's
hunter.
on land, yes, I can't track
It's a
it in the air.
dragon.
So it's going to be flying.
Now, how hard could it
Well,
be?
do we even know how
Well,
far
if
north
you-
they came? Because we don't
we
know
don't.
how.
That probably should have been one of the questions.
I mean, yeah, it probably should have been.
Well,
We
I
don't
say
know.
we head north.
Mhm.
We take one of the heads
Mhm.
of this thing. I can take the head. We can keep it in the portable hold.
Mhm.
The next day, if you don't mind casting
Well,
those spells again.
If we
Suppose I can
cast
do that,
gentle
yes.
repose on the leader here,
So she does it again.
we
could feed them.
We will not only have a chance to talk to it again, but when we're done talking to it, we have extra food for companion.
Question.
And Penelope
Actually,
said-
after you, I'll ask a question. Go ahead.
How far is Grand Noah from here?
Grand Noah, you would probably be about a week's, probably about maybe more than a week's travel. Y'all are actually about to go into. Y'all were actually heading close to the Fortuna.
What's your name?
Yeah.
We can ask Penelope, like, you're about a week left behind to Grand Noah. She wanted to change our plans to head up north by a dragon.
Well, she's been with us the whole time.
Yeah.
That's true, Penelope. We were on the way for your sake.
Yeah.
Would you mind taking this detour with us? You
I mean,
understand our intentions.
If there is a dragon nearby that can threaten the citizens here, something does need to be done.
Now, Grand Noah's to the north, correct?
Grand Noah's to the east.
To the east.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
taking a detour.
Y'all are taking a detour
North
north.
is a big detour.
But
The capable.
there's
there are spells that are capable.
Let's see if she.
As far as oh yes, actually. Unfortunately,
Oh,
I did
Penelope
not
does have
prepare-
one more third spot left, but
I
she didn't.
did not prepare that spell. So
Neither did Penelope.
shall we? After a night's rest, I can prepare that spell, and I will be able to communicate with him.
Well, are y'all, if y'all
Sounds
are,
good. We
if
can
y'all,
head north, and then the next day try contacting Hubert, tell him that we are looking for a young black dragon, and see if he has any information on it.
In the meantime,
or
we
he can
could
join us.
we could try to pay courier might get to him.
oh, we don't. Know, do we know where Hubert went?
He went to go hunt a dragon. Or
Would
look
a
for a
courier
dragon.
go to such a place?
Problem is, more
Oh.
than likely, it would only be Hubert who knows where to go. That's why I want to contact him.
Fair enough. Yeah, spell will be the only way. So, right, that's the only course of action then.
So if y'all are following these tracks north, everybody give me a survival check. If you want, you can give somebody advantage for survival.
Who has survival in your group does it? I give you advantage, buddy.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
give Tyesha advantage.
Let's do it.
What do I have? Okay.
I don't think she has survival, but I think she has a good wisdom. So
Oh, I do too. I have survival.
Oh, okay.
no, I'm talking about Penelope.
Penelope, yeah.
Penelope has a good wisdom, but I don't think she has survival. She does not, but she does have a good wisdom.
17.
16.
Oh, she got a 19 on the die.
There you go.
Whoa.
23.
That should be me.
Between you three, y'all are able to get these tracks down, despite the fact that they're a day old. So y'all end up tracking north, farther north, even farther north, until y'all come across a cave.
I've never tracked a dragon, but just.
Oh no, these are Gnoll tracks that you're tracking.
Oh, okay.
There's no dragon tracks at all.
Where you are.
I've never killed a dragon. I mean, killing a dragon is definitely a feat for Either the insane or the very courageous.
I mean,
or desperate.
I
Probably
imagine
both.
it's no small feat for anyone.
Both.
But that being said, y'all do come across a
Okay.
cave where, and if you listen in, everybody give me a perception check if you're still standing out of the cave.
Sure.
Perception. That's even worse.
Mine's worse too.
Oh,
16.
how's the light out here?
You're having, it's daytime.
16.
This is more of a list. This is more of
Actually,
this is
still-
more of a listening check though.
Oh, okay. Then I don't need to roll that. Okay.
So what'd you get?
16.
16. What'd you get?
22.
Y'all three can hear some yipping going on
Uh-oh.
in this cave.
Yipping.
Some of
Can
it
we count how many from the yips? Or try to?
I think
is
of hyenas
difficult
and
at this point.
Ed.
Well, there's some old Gnolls.
But y'all do notice that some of the yipping sounds sound very a little bit more high pitched, almost childlike.
Perfect time for you to go in there and, do your thing, Taisha.
Oh, what? Live up to my new nickname?
Yeah, volatile. Get your butt in there.
Okay.
I'm going in there by myself.
Well, we'll be behind you.
I'll go in.
Emphasis on behind.
Yeah, the last
Sure.
thing we need is for another Davis incident.
I'm down for going back in.
All right.
Well, let's let her blow them up first, then we finish off the stragglers.
What if there's people in there though with them? You don't know that.
They're probably
Casualties
already
war.
I mean, do you suddenly care about that?
Well, I mean, obviously, because
They're probably already dead, because if they're in
So,
their cave and wherever they were staying,
Ifrit
they're
kind of sort of
probably-
starts making its way in,
Oh, good.
oh, I gotta go after him now.
and you do actually.
Ifrit made the decision for us.
Honestly, and you do know that that nightmares are immune to fire.
Oh, cool. He's made for me.
Sure sounds like it.
And so he
He's
goes.
your fire friend.
So he
Yeah.
kind of goes in. You follow.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
The rest of you
He's
follow.
Yeah, I'll be behind
He's
her.
Are y'all
your-
stealthy?
Later on.
Ifrit's not, but are y'all stealthy?
Oh yeah.
Laura. He's your
I'll try.
friendly fire.
He's my friendly fire.
Okay, everybody who is stealthing, roll me a stealth check.
Am I stuff? Can I do that?
That's up to you.
I'm going in. I got a good stealth.
Sean,
You can
what,
do
what
it
kind of armor are you
on
wearing again?
I know, I'm at disadvantage, so.
I'm at disadvantage too.
Disadvantage for you if you got it.
Nice.
Well, that's not
It's a
bad.
natural one.
Right.
Clank, 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 clank,
Just walk in
clank.
casually.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Maybe you should stay outside.
I got a
Why?
You're making
11.
a lot of noise.
I got a
And?
5.
We are
Yeah.
masters
We
of
are.
stealth.
Honestly, I
It was
mean,
dark, we don't
as
need
y'all are
stealthy.
going in,
I didn't stealth last
You
night.
s-
I don't care if they come at me. That's
So-
what my sword is for.
Yeah, they're gonna come at all of us, though.
Yeah, that's what volatile here is for.
this
Oh,
is what
good
y'all
point.
see.
Fireball on you.
Y'all walk in. You see 3 grown gnolls and about a dozen child gnolls kind of playing and frolicking around as the other gnolls are, from what you can tell, boiling a pot of unknown substance. And,
Well, Taisha?
and
Tell
You want me
your
to help speed up the pot?
tell your companion we're not here to fight.
and they
Tell it to hold back.
and all 3 of them
You
notice
realize-
y'all immediately coming in, and they usher all the. They start doing this panic yipping, ushering all the little ones in, and taking them and like standing in between you and the rest of them.
Gnolls are evil. And Gnoll children grow up to be evil bastards, so we might as well just kill them all.
Why would you kill the children?
Because they will grow up to be evil bastards.
Okay, Goblin Slayer,
Because-
calm down.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
It's just the truth.
Y'all do know that typical natures of gnolls raised in a gnoll society do lean towards the chaotic evil notion. But
We
at
have
this
a very
moment,
good chance to end.
everybody roll me knowledge history.
Okay.
I don't got that.
I don't have that either.
I don't have it either.
Ooh.
I'll give you advantage, Kevin.
Thank you.
What?
No, actually.
24
No?
total.
When it comes to something like intelligence checks,
Dirty
you
20.
won't be able to get advantage. 30-20.
Dirty 20.
The only time you can gain advantage is if, because think about it, you can't mind meld with
Yeah,
somebody.
fair enough.
Okay,
fair
that
enough.
makes
Well, that's
sense.
fair.
30-20? What'd you get?
I don't have history.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess this
I
would
don't
be
have history either.
Now, is this Gnolls in general?
Gnolls in general.
Did we already roll for Gnolls in general?
I don't think we did.
I'm gonna say in this one,
You know what? I don't.
this one would probably be a little bit more specific.
Okay.
But you would know this.
I
with
got
your-
a 14.
I got
That's good
24.
enough. You got 24? Evil or not, what you see here is 3 female gnolls. I don't know if they have enlarged clitorises or not.
Okay.
What?
Look up female hyenas.
No, thank you.
But
I was about to say, what does that have to do
I
with anything?
know.
female hyenas have enlarged clitorises.
Okay, but like, what does that matter?
Because these are hyena people, that's why.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, either way,
I'm
we
saying,
go-
That's a weird thing to start thinking about all of a sudden.
No, it's not, because
Yes,
that's
it
what
is.
hyenas have. That's how you can actually
Just
tell a
take
female
Discovery Channel
hyena.
for that.
Alright, anyway, continue. please.
Anyways, y'all can tell easily that these are 3 female gnolls, and they're doing their best to protect their children. That's the
We
and
walked-
they know what that means too.
we-
And
Yeah, but I'm going by my code.
I know they stand their ground, bring out their
These are
fangs.
We've
They're
walked.
evil.
We're mothers and children.
We've walked into a den.
They're evil.
So are you, but we haven't killed you yet.
There's a difference.
See, I doubt it.
Oh, please explain.
When you
Would
say
like-
evil, what do you mean?
They are bred for violence, to hunt and capture anything. Like last night when they tried to kill Davis and his, well, I'm assuming wife, perhaps. I'm not sure. Anyway, and whatever they're cooking, if it has any human in it, or any humanoid at all, which we can't really tell at this moment, guarantee you, if it has a humanoid, any kind of body parts in there, it was some poor traveler.
Actually, you could probably approach it without having to approach them. Do you approach the pot?
Do I approach the pot?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any point to approach
At this
the
point,
pot.
we're talking about it.
I would.
You approach the pot.
Yeah. I check what's in there.
You look inside the pot. You take the makeshift, very poorly made ladle. You scoop up what looks like to be some sort of rodent that had its skin torn off and was being boiled.
A rodent?
A rodent.
Rodent.
See, it's a rat. Calm down,
Doesn't
Crazy.
There's not any rodents in here.
Out of
Yes,
everyone
they-
here, I've been taught about these creatures and many others. Gnolls are evil.
You
They
do.
have
Gnoll
no
society is aggressive. Yes.
no society is more than just aggressive machine. They were going to bring those people back here.
Can I roll a
feed
perception check
everyone.
for this crowd?
Um,
See,
perception. Like, what are you trying to
You
perceive?
said that there's only kids. And
Right now,
three
three
gnolls
three
are all
fem-
females.
3 female gnolls. Now, y'all did know this, that there were also female gnolls among the warriors, but these do not look like warriors. They look like, you can argue, they
Caretakers?
look like den mothers in a way.
These
They do look like they're ready to throw down if you approach their children, though.
this particular group here is not going to be a threat
So,
anytime soon. It'll take how
this is what y'all...
how long does it take for a gnoll to mature?
That is a good question. I'm actually looking at the bits for
They're
gnolls.
dog people, then.
I would say
Not that
maybe
long.
about the specific age for some of these for some of them, maybe a couple of years.
When the others don't come back, they will start sending them going out to hunt. The closest place to get easy food
Oh, nomadic
would be the
destroyers.
temple. So if you don't want any part of this, you can go outside. But I'm killing them here.
So this is what you would. I was gonna. You got a 14, right? And you probably got stupidly high.
Yeah, it was a 24.
Yeah, and you got a dirty 20. This is what I would say y'all know about gnolls. It's believed that they are direct. They have demonic origins thanks to the demon lord Yinogu. They're nomadic destroyers, where traveling around is something that they do, and they're known for ransacking settlements. And their thirst for blood is said that they have no goodness or compassion in their heart, in the heart of a Gnoll. Like a demon, it lacks anything resembling a conscience, and can't be taught or coerced to put aside its destructive tendencies. This is something that you would have learned too.
Would we actually see any
The
kind
Gnoll.
of symbols for this god that they perhaps?
Oh,
like in
yeah.
his den?
Yeah, you probably would see like some holy symbols and marks. Matter of fact, on like the biggest of the three, you would see on her a holy, an unholy symbol, if you will, of the demon lord Yunogu.
So do you share this information?
Yeah, I will. I mean, my character
This-
would clearly know that. The
this
player
is what-
didn't know that shit, so.
Yeah, this is what the this is
I'll-
what
I'll break it
reads
down.
from the Gnolls.
They also
Well-
worship Inogu, which is an evil god. The symbol that she's wearing, that's an unholy symbol of Inogu.
That give me a religion check specifically for Yunogu.
Alright.
No, if you got pretty, if
That's a nat
anybody.
20.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck me, you know, and it's a fiend. I would have given you, since he was a fiend, I would have given you an advantage, but you don't need it. Yeah, you know the ins and outs of Yunogu. You know how he's basically one of the more brutal demon lords who really fucking enjoys destruction and pain.
If we put
Yeah.
them down here and now, we're saving the people of the temple.
Really
Well,
And I'm just gonna
you can,
light my sword on fire.
you do provide some strong arguments.
Hey, only 3 this
Okay,
time.
fireball.
okay, you launch a fireball at them.
Sure.
Okay,
I'm not. Oh,
Open
nice.
up a
This,
can
I'll
with
be
that.
outside.
so I'm gonna say that you do get a surprise round with that fireball. I'm rolling for the
Some of
choice.
these probably don't have as many hit points.
Roll
The
damage for
kids
me.
definitely, but the
Yeah.
females should probably have less since they're not warriors.
It's not. It's for me. My character. It's more about doing his job than anything else.
Are you gonna roll damage for me?
Yeah, I just had to make sure I was doing it right.
Okay.
Burning blades.
So
They're
we're
the,
gonna kill them all,
No.
even the women and the children.
Yes.
I will step aside.
The burning blades are very.
Trigger warning.
They're
for
very
this.
militaristic. So when
Okay.
they're about taking down evil, which technically should have killed the nightmare, but
It's working with us for now.
29.
the means
29 total.
29 total.
Every single one of the baby Gnolls, or from the littlest
Oh, now you
to
feel
the
bad.
to the ones that are almost or
That's just lore.
to the ones that are almost to their maturity. They all scream and squeal in this chittering, horrible, laughing cry
They died?
Anybody want
before all of them dropping dead.
Yes, I get
Huh?
points.
Anybody want drink?
Oh, yeah. Give me a code red.
I'm good.
As far
I get some very good points.
as far as the other three,
That's it.
I don't care.
The mothers.
the dead mothers, yes. That's a failure. What's the DC for the wand of fireball? I think it's 16, right?
I think so.
That's actually a pass. If it's a
15.
15,
Yeah.
so far a pass. And two failures and a pass, and you said 29 total.
Yep.
3 of them are. The other 3 are still standing.
That's okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Initiative time?
Everybody, roll me initiative.
I won't initiative. I'll be outside the gate.
Oh no, you were just picking up a ladle of rat stew. I think you're kind of involved now.
I mean, you could choose not to act when
Well,
your turn comes up, but you would
Abigail
have to
could
roll.
have stepped out of the
But you
cave
could've-
before Taisha launched
Well,
the fireball.
that's true
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
he described that after.
They would not understand anything y'all are saying, by the way.
So yeah, you could have stepped out as he was
Alrighty.
doing his lecture.
Mm-hmm. I stepped out. I'll be by the entrance.
That's fine.
Well, character-wise, she stepped out.
Yeah.
Player-wise, I'll return to Carnage.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
But character-wise,
Yeah.
she won't be no part of this.
While Kent is defending himself, you can tell that he's like kind of put off by these actions a little bit.
Me and Sean are just like,
Oh no. Me personally, burn them all. But like Kent,
Dude,
And see, I'm the other way around.
Boy.
I'm like, oh, we're
Boy,
hurting. My
I-
girl's like,
as
no,
similar as
kill
you
him.
are.
yeah.
I still
Yeah.
I don't mind if you borrow.
Well, this actually kind of ties into Kent's backstory also. So
25-20.
Oh, did we roll initiative?
Yeah, roll it.
yeah, go ahead and roll.
25-20.
Oh,
Nat 20.
Damn.
For a total,
Inspiration.
for a total of.
20.
20.
Anybody else want me to give their? Anybody else here wants to give me their initiative? Oh, nobody has 25-20. Sorry, my bad. 20
No, you gotta
20
keep
to
going.
20 to 15.
15.
18. 2 18s?
No,
No,
he's
15.
18, I'm 15.
Did you hear me say 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard you say 20. I don't know why. I just half expected these two to have
Me and we're up there.
I rolled pretty low. Well, pretty low for me.
15 to 10.
13.
No, I did not. I feel terrible.
13
I
for.
feel
Probably.
terrible. Ooh.
I'm probably going last,
Temporary
which
hit points.
which actually plays into Kent's current mindset.
There's a silver lining and everything, damn it.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I won't go hungry tonight.
You don't want to eat these things.
10 to 5.
Are you sure?
I got 11. Sorry. Wait, no.
Oh,
I got
okay,
11.
okay.
Yeah.
Eat free. Will not go hungry tonight.
That's true. Now he has bite-sized snacks.
What did Abby?
Fun size?
Kitty five.
Jerky.
Kitty size.
He's got a cute
What
meal.
did Abby?
He's got jerky
What
is
did
what he's
Abby
got.
get? Or no, you are stepping
He's got
outside,
a
so
Happy
we
Meal.
won't include you.
Oh,
Alrighty.
no.
Oh, well, an unhappy meal.
Oh, I love it.
Top of the initiative is going to be Silas.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did
How
good,
many
buddy.
enemies do we have?
Just the 3
Three
dead mothers.
very wounded gnolls.
Ay, caramba.
She already dealt 29 damage to 2 of them, and 1 of them succeeded.
They're
so
very wounded?
Mm-hmm.
They're very wounded.
How it feels day. I don't think Silas is a very good paladin.
what gave you that
I'm
impression?
I
an
was just
excellent
about to say
paladin, thank you.
That is an opinion that you are having right now.
He has his moments. That's not one of
See?
them.
That's what Chris thinks.
That's what happened after
So what
the
does
kids got
Silas
blown
do?
up.
There's
Told you
three
not
of
to eat
them,
that cabbage.
and you actually see them wailing and crying as they look in distraught at their
They're not even putting up a defense.
at their
They're babies.
fallen children.
Wow, they're not even raging because their children are dead. They're just sad.
Aw.
They'll be reunited soon.
Huh?
They'll be reunited soon.
Wow.
Okay, did we take a consensus?
Yeah.
You could choose not to act if that's what Silas would do.
I mean,
I stepped out. That's why.
someone decided to shoot first and ask questions later.
Oh, y'all were asking plenty of questions.
Well, that's true.
They just
It's
couldn't
just-
answer
But,
in time.
but before we could be like, all right, put this to a vote, it was just like suddenly someone decided for us.
Who decided for us?
She shot a fireball.
I did convince everyone that these are evil by my knowledge.
So it's his fault. It goes back
Here's
on
a question: Would Silas
him. Monster
attack?
Hunter.
What would Silas
Monster
do?
is doing his
You
job,
are
damn
more
it.
than happy to just turn and leave the cave.
What the heck?
Or
Sound
you could
effects
fill-
Or what?
Yeah,
If
if
you
you hit
wanted.
the children with the fireball, they let out, when something dies, usually, okay.
Or
Wow.
you could feel sympathy and go
Oh, that's
after
just the
Taisha,
cabbage
I
they had
guess.
for lunch.
Don't go after
That's
me.
the
That's
soup
not very
they're making.
paladin-like.
The bubbling of the soup.
Look who's talking about being paladin-like.
I'm not a paladin.
All right, this is what happened. He said they're evil.
Yeah.
She took that as okay.
Time to
Fireball.
destroy them.
Alright, so what is Silas
We were
doing?
working as a team for once, guys.
It's progress, guys.
Wow. Okay, fine. So,
Wait, are you having doubts, John? This is not like you.
You murder hobo. Get into it.
Yeah, it's not like you're killing the kids. She already did that.
I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
took
we
the
were
fun out of
terrible
it
if
for you.
people.
anything, like you should be
No.
like congratulate her that she beat you to the punch.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
is that
wait,
why
no.
you're angry?
That's why he's mad. He wanted to kill the children.
There's still 3 of them, so even if you drop 1 or 2, at least let me have the other one.
Wow.
you know what I
Damn.
say to that?
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
But, hey, real quick. I want to move this along. What is Silas doing?
He's
I'm
having a midlife
actually
crisis.
going to.
Is your call. Do you leave
Yeah, you
the
can-
What does
cave?
Silas do?
Do you decide to turn against your party? Do you decide to join your party?
Is the option to actually turn against the party?
The option's always there. Now you might not survive, but the option's always there.
Bring it on, bro.
Wow.
Like,
Can I get his
I
hat?
mean, if you want to roll new character, this is one way
Look
to
at the
do
color.
it. But this would be kind of out of character for Silas because,
Yeah.
like, he's more about
It would
himself than random.
I don't know. He probably has a soft
Here's-
spot
here's-
for children.
here's
for
the
all I know.
I do have a soft spot for children.
Well, the children are
Children
dead.
are already
Don't worry
dead.
about it.
That's fair.
God, go
The
after
mothers are all that are
adults.
left.
But does the Silas stand against evil?
No, I mean we've already
They
determined
do worship
that.
a demon.
What?
They,
do
worship,
worship
a
a
demon.
demon.
Oh, they do worship a demon?
Yeah.
They worship the demon.
Sean's like, okay, that's it.
Oh, that's
Okay,
it.
well,
I'm good.
that's all I need to hear.
Okay.
There you go.
So I imagine this in my head that we're debating this.
I'm
like,
just gonna be
again,
like, okay,
they
fine.
worship a demon, Silas.
Oh.
I'm going to
okay.
slash at one.
Roll
And
to attack. I mean, this is combat, man. These things are probably now. As you see it crying over its young
is
ones,
it actually crying?
it is
Of course
crying.
it is. We just fried
You,
it.
you can't. You can even tell the sad wails of a hyena is basically what you're hearing.
Just turn them.
Go ahead and
fucking
attack.
They
Gnoll.
are still humanoid.
And despite the whole deprived of
You know
evil-
what? No, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna walk out of the cave.
Okay.
'Cause you know what?
You leave the
This is
cave.
inhumane even for y'all.
Thanks, man.
Sheen,
Thanks.
it's your turn.
You know, everyone has an opinion.
What did you say?
Everyone has an opinion.
Oh,
It's amazing.
She looks at Taisha and Kanan and Silas and
You see Silas turn and leave the cave. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I leave
he's
the
in
cave.
both. I'm assuming he's in his move action and his action just
Yeah.
like won't leave the cave.
she just turns to Kane and says, well, I'll leave it to you then. And he walks out as well.
Split the party.
Okay.
Again.
He walks out of the cave. It is Gnoll 2's turn, and they kind of don't do anything because they're. I'm gonna say the shock leaves is it just kind of has them. They're stunned. Like, what's going on? Why is this happening?
You made me do this.
I didn't make you do anything.
Penelope kind of
That
is
is
just like.
not true.
I'm
Actually.
not saying that you're wrong, Kanan, but I can't do this either.
That's fine. Not everyone has this kind of stomach for this work.
Good. Please,
What's
please.
it say
At
about
the
you
very
when you
least,
do
can you
have the
please?
stomach for
At
this
the very
one?
least, can you please make it as painless as possible?
I'll make it quick.
Thank you. And she just kind of like you see her walk away, her head sunk.
Oh my God.
It's the nightmare's turn. He runs up. At,
That's my boy.
Ifrit just like, fuck y'all weaklings.
They're
Fuck y'all
already
weak
crispy.
shits. I'll show you how it's done.
it runs up,
wow.
Get 'em,
and
Sparkles.
yeah, it just goes
That's amazing.
just goes up and just pops across the face with one of its hooves.
Wow.
Really? Just pop?
It's
Normally you have to rear up first and then you come
But
down.
no, this one just.
He basically
But he's
did-
probably like neighing and glee.
he
Good boy,
did
good
fucking,
boy.
the fucking Johnny Cage shadow kick on it.
Oh, wow.
Where's the right dice? There it is. Oh shit.
Go.
That's an 8.
Get him,
And a
boy.
7. And you see, for those that are still in there watching, see with one of its hooves slap one so hard across its face that its neck snaps and it falls to the ground dead.
Attaboy.
You actually say that?
And this is where alignments start to shift.
Kanan, it's your turn. There's one that seems somewhat healthy and one that's almost dead.
Bonus action hex on the somewhat healthy one.
Okay.
On the somewhat.
Somewhat healthy.
Now I'm gonna go attack it.
And yeah, as this horse puts this other one down, you see the other two just kind of give a shrill.
Was it 48?
That's just probably gonna turn the horse.
Does a
on.
22 hit?
Yes.
Will a 22 hit?
Just asking.
This is all impromptu, by the way.
My horse
I
is
did not
awesome.
join this shit.
19
Good job
damage.
throwing
to
an ethical dilemma at us like that. I'm proud of you, Chris.
It would be a dilemma if we didn't
19
immediately decide what we were
damage.
going to do.
You don't quite put it down, but it looks like it's
she
on
made
its
it
last
easy for
legs.
us.
Second attack.
Uh-huh.
She just changed what the ethical dilemma was.
I
Because now,
made your job easier.
20 total to
I
hit.
can't
Oh,
so
believe.
now, so now that the ethical dilemma is, what do we do about
I
her?
can't believe you.
Y'all gave me the
children
nickname
first.
Volatile. What was I'm supposed to live up to that, ain't I?
Look at you pointing the blame at everyone
Yeah.
but yourself.
Yeah, who do you think you are, Sean?
I'm narcissistic.
Oh.
Wow.
14 damage.
You cleave its head clean off.
Oh.
Taisha, it's your turn.
Straight
There's
to the
one
chest,
left.
Right down.
There's one left.
Fireball.
Half dead.
Fireball.
Half
I was
dead.
gonna
With its
slash,
reaction, just drops to its knees and just kind of just stares at its two friends and all the dead children, quivering and shivering.
So do you go up behind its head and just like
You have advantage.
the
on-
execution
The
style?
fiend, the fiend
I'll give you
inside,
advantage with any attack you choose to
the
do.
fiend
So if I
inside
do
of
Eldritch
Taisha's
Blast, do I
head is
have
just like,
advantage
do it.
on both of them? Okay.
You have advantage.
That's a 19.
Oh my god.
No, you hit
That's
for
a
sure.
17.
You
So the
hit.
first one hits, I'm gonna roll the second one just to make sure.
Oh boy.
Advantage. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they both hit.
Watch it
Roll a
survive.
damage for the first one.
Do it.
Do it.
Give it to your hate.
Give
4.
in to your hate.
So
Yeah,
you,
do
yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Oh wow.
Dark side.
So you blast it square in the back. As oh, I'm sorry. It was Kent's turn before Taisha's.
Oh,
Sorry,
Okay.
Kent.
That's okay. Kent would have passed.
Kent
Would
walks
you have
out.
gone outside too?
No,
They just wanted to watch the action.
no, not even that.
So so you,
I will basically stay in there just in case something goes south, but you can tell that he is not.
He just wants to
enjoying
watch the
this.
train wreck.
Hold on.
so
Hold on.
you
Go
just
south.
you shoot it
It's
square
them
in the
beating
back.
A bunch of, like,
Never
broken down-
underestimate the opponent.
You kind of turn.
Are you up to?
And it kind of turns and looks at you with this eye saying, why? As your second one fires straight to it. How much damage do you do?
11.
And you shoot straight through its heart.
The fiend could come do something. It can be
You're
theatrical
to
now.
blame.
Is that what Taisha would want?
I like my.
As on the other side, as you shoot through its heart manifests out from the other side, chains wrapped around it,
God.
showing straight up the still conscious face of the Gnoll. As the chains shred the heart,
Nightmares tonight.
What the heck did
and the
you
Gnoll's
do?
eyes roll back, and it falls dead.
What did you do to it?
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
You know,
Taisha.
just deep, infernal stuff.
Yeah.
And you
do
hear
we know that she has a pact with a fiend? Or like some sort of like pact with something?
in your head.
At this
Suspected, I
point,
think.
there's
Heavy suspicion.
everyone should suspect.
In your head,
She's
you
acting pretty
hear.
sus.
You hear.
That's a pink Among Us for
You know he was right. Anyways, these are the spawn of demons. They deserve to die.
Don't tell him that. We don't want his head to get too big.
Oh no. But between you and me, I was hoping you would go through it, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. It was hard.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You're making your devil master proud.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Wow.
Their
Fiend
souls.
Master.
Their souls are frolicking together in the damnation of the abyss.
Whew. I
Chil-
was kind of
The, chil- the
He's
children.
so happy. He's all.
Actually,
The
the
children
last
included.
one she killed wouldn't be because it's a soul for the devils, isn't
Yeah,
it?
probably. Yeah, but he's not going to tell her that.
Yeah.
So-
Don't let her, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna, remove the fire from the blade. Ah, damn.
42.
I go off to a corner where there's no bodies, and I put my sword against the wall. And I unzip and I start peeing on the wall. Well,
What the?
good work. Our job here's done.
I'm gonna go pet my nightmare and tell him he did a good job.
Your nightmare actually go straight to one of the crisps and old children and starts eating.
That's fine. You do you, boo.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Are you okay, Kent? I'll sheath my sword.
I'll get back to you on that one.
So Sheen will walk in and say, "Is it done?"
Yep, quick and
Very-
clean.
Yeah, do you examine everything?
Yeah.
You notice one with its neck snapped, one completely decapitated, and the other one that looks like its chest was blasted straight through.
I can bet down too.
So Sheen like looks at all y'all, looks at the children bodies, looks back to you and says, "Next time there are children involved, may I suggest sparing them because they can theoretically be raised in a different society under different rules and perhaps come out differently."
Where
Evil
would they
is-
go?
That
They wouldn't be able to fend for themselves.
we are right next to a temple that could have compassionate souls that might have been capable of performing such a task.
Farlagon is not necessarily is definitely not a hostile god, but he is a true neutral. But maybe, possibly. I mean,
Depends
so
on
his
on
daughter
the people.
didn't. His daughter didn't die, so he probably wouldn't have had a chip on his shoulder that he would have had if she did. You never know.
You believe that it would have been better to give the children to the temple that these things could have very well attacked at some point?
It depends on their beliefs. Some faiths believe in redemption and turning a new leaf.
If it was a temple of Rayu, I would have suggested that myself.
But I'm just saying, in the future, when this is involved, instead of immediately blowing them all away, let's discuss it first. And he's looking at Taisha specifically this time.
He's looking at him because he's the one that
Well.
gave her the idea.
Evil is evil, machine. Doesn't matter what size it comes in. To think otherwise would be foolish. And
So-
I just start walking out.
So, Kent.
Wow, ass.
Kent Cornflower. Kent Cornflower. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, you totally missed
Oh,
that.
this is out of character.
Bring it in.
Oh,
he did
man.
instead. Did you
Evil
hear-
is evil.
Evil is evil. It doesn't matter what size it comes in.
Oh yeah, that part I got.
Okay.
I'm keeping it all in.
No,
I will go ahead and I will, however, go ahead and take one of my pressed flowers and kind of throw it onto the pile of baby corpses because I want to emphasize that baby corpses.
Not all babies. Some of them were teenagers.
No, specifically on the baby corpses.
Some of them were teenagers.
Oh, the children. I
Yeah.
will specifically lay it on the pile of children corpses. And I will specifically, I'll just
Oh,
let out a
man.
sigh and just be like,
I did not.
Look.
For the record, did not expect it to go that way.
How many kids are there?
Well, I mean,
I leaned into it, but
Yeah,
I
how
did not
many-
expect it to go that way.
I don't know.
with
I'm
this
assuming
party
like 5 or 6.
makeup, I mean, it makes sense, especially the way it went
How many
down.
kids are there?
12 of varying ages.
Kanan does not feel any remorse for these things because he knows what they are.
Thing is that Kanan would be the most knowledgeable of their origins,
I'll
or
be
at least,
looking-
at the very least, what is taught about them.
Abigail is going to approach Penelope and Ken and ask them if they can help Abigail to bury them.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. We can. I don't know about leaving the symbol of their god on top of it, and I don't know if I should leave mine. But I can at least give. We can at least give them a proper burial.
I don't think
I'm-
that that's really
I'm-
necessary at this point. They're already burned to a crisp. We may as well cremate them.
Wait,
Ouch,
hold
okay.
on. Sweetie Sparkles needs to get his fill first.
Oh yeah, no. I do see the nightmare
Chowing down.
who is lawful evil enjoying the mill.
Alrighty.
So clearly Tasha is now
Taisha?
Taisha, I'm sorry. Whatever. Close enough.
Wow.
Lady T.
I think of it as Tasha's hideous laughter.
Yeah.
So she's the evil
So-
wizard, Tasha?
Yeah.
So-
Are you evil?
No.
What are
Not
you?
yet. She's on her way though.
Here's
Are
my
you
question.
like closet evil? Let's
Here's
be
my
real.
question. Did you enjoy that? Did Taisha enjoy that?
That's a good question.
I'm not answering that.
Because that would really influence.
That was influenced by my feed.
that would influence your alignment.
Yeah, he has to know. You don't have to tell everyone, but he has to know
You
at
can
some
just
point.
text him.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
text
You can
him.
text him.
If
Kanan,
you
I
wanna keep that
understand it was
secret,
just a
but yeah.
job,
I was doing what I was trained to do.
which is a very neutral
Yeah.
way of which is a very neutral way of looking at
So
it.
the point that I was.
What's Kanan's alignment again?
Neutral.
Neutral. Yeah, very neutral way of looking at it.
So the point that I was trying to make a moment ago.
Give me one.
What?
Hold on.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
I'm real busy right now. I'll call you back as soon as I can. Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Everything okay?
Autumn called me, but then it was Donna, which I think was Shane's.
Girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want to take a minute and
Yeah. Good,
It
good
might
for
be
it.
important.
it might
Sorry.
be important if
Can
you
we
want.
pause the stream? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to
Sorry, folks.
we
We'll
can
be
go
right.
to a quick break.
Be right back.
Yeah.
We will be right back. And we're back.
Sorry about that, folks. A bit of an emergency. You know how it is. So we are at the top. So we just got done having a bit
Yeah,
of
we're
a
all-
moral
we're all
dilemma,
arguing.
We had a debate.
of whether or not you should, whether or not you could teach something that's inherent, the evil out of something that's inherently more or less evil.
All kinds of philosophical debates and discussing ethical dilemmas here.
That
Now-
being
That
said,
was
what do
the-
y'all do next?
I don't think we're done with this conversation
I don't think
yet.
we are.
Oh, okay.
Well,
If
I'm
y'all are
also
still.
outside. I went outside.
Oh yeah,
to
I think we
So
all.
yeah,
like-
at this point we're all coming back outside.
Okay, continue y'all's conversation.
I'm stroking Luca's mane.
Mm-hmm.
Well, had to be done. At least it was quick and easy. It's all right. I understand that they're not trained for this kind of thing, and now I see some of them don't have the stomach. But I won't hold that against them.
You know, if you really
Say
have
that
something
out
to
loud.
say,
Yeah, did you say that out loud?
He's talking to Luca.
I'm talking to Luca.
yeah.
Yeah,
Perception check.
So
I'm not
everybody.
being quiet. I'm literally talking to Luca.
I'm making
I-
sure.
Yeah, you know what? With a
Well,
pass,
if he's saying that
if he's
speaking
making
out loud,
it
we don't
clear,
need to
then
roll
yeah, a
perception.
passive of 10 would make it. And
Okay.
everybody has at least 10. Yeah.
Okay. I start writing his name down.
That's like the notebook thing.
Oh, you made it on the list.
I did.
I mean, you do see.
Good, I'm not the only one anymore.
You do see a somewhat distraught Penelope, but from her teachings, she knows that he's not wrong either. But she's still not. But she's not. She's not happy about it at all.
So
What?
I turn around and I'll look at everyone. What is everyone's general look towards Kanan at this point?
You can't really tell from Silas.
Are you sure?
His face
You
is
can't
covered
see
My
up.
face is covered, man.
What do your eyes look like?
Like, are your eyes like this?
My eyes are like daggers. I will tell you that.
Well, there you go. Sheen has a very stern look on his face.
About probably the same with Kent.
Penelope is looking straight to the ground, just kind of like, almost as if she's trying to forget about it.
You know what, Penelope? Are you hurt?
I'm just fine.
Okay.
None of us were injured in the fight.
Physically speaking.
Oh, I wonder why. We only went
Wow,
in there
so-
and burned a bunch of people.
So you pretty much have zero humanity in you right now.
No, I have plenty of humanity.
You say so.
I don't have any remorse towards evil creatures.
Towards evil creatures that already didn't have a choice in what they were being raised to become.
You know, at one point I believed everything had a choice. But after what I've been through, I know that's not true.
That's nice. I don't really care.
That's
That's
fine.
an interesting philosophy in mind.
It's an also nihilistic philosophy also.
It's very black and
It makes me
white.
happy that I wasn't born a Gnoll. No, I just dropped my top. Sorry.
That's okay.
So as I said, evil is evil.
Makes me.
Doesn't matter what form, shape, or any way that it comes.
That's
Age.
an awful.
Age doesn't matter either.
Age doesn't matter either. Okay, so let me just understand something.
Sorry, I'm not trying to do this on purpose. I'm trying to pick it up.
Let's pick it up.
So let me understand something. You're essentially saying that, you know, if I don't know, if this 4-year-old is evil, you'll kill him without second thoughts.
If the 4-year-old is worships demons and is raised to do
A
so,
4-year-old can't worship demons. They don't even know what it is.
how do you know?
Do you remember stuff when you were 4?
How do
Yes.
you know?
Because I was raised by a priest. My
Priest
father
could have lied.
No, my father didn't lie. But you know what? The creature that came into the middle of the night and killed everyone in my village, him included, didn't take any kind of remorse. It didn't care. It fed and enjoyed what it did.
The difference between that demon and just one of the children in this instance, that child didn't have a chance to commit any evil where that demon had already
That demon
done
made its choice.
plenty of so.
These children still had plenty of time to make one.
No. These children were raised to believe in a demon
sorry,
You
question.
can tell by the
How
dead
big-
mother's necklace and
how big
everything
were
else that
the
was hanging on the
children?
wall.
How old were
That
they?
is their
It
society.
varied. Some looked like they
That
were.
is what they were brought up to believe
There
in.
weren't any newborns.
And that is what they're going to do.
But they did
They're going
seem
to
like
spread
they were-
chaos
they
and
ranged from
destruction
So are you
and murder.
suggesting once someone
Teenagers?
believes something, they
Toddlers
can't
to
change their
teenagers.
beliefs?
How many kids were there?
If you change
About
your belief,
12.
then you better be
She roasted a whole
have the
house?
willpower to do so. But these kind of creatures,
Man, I guess she's
They won't
really
change
doing
what they
good.
How
Doing
do you
her.
know?
Was it
have you found a gnoll that
her
has?
fiend proud?
Has anyone
Doesn't
given
mean
you
it
a
can't be
chance?
done.
Well, if you show me a gnoll that has,
Did you read my thing?
then I'll apologize to
Sorry.
you all you want. But until that time, any gnoll I see, any evil that I come across, I'll strike it down if I need to.
How do you know if it's evil?
Because I've been trained to. How do you know your magic? You studied all your life? I've been trained all my life to read evil, to
I
sense it.
also know that things that you read in a book does not always play out the same way in real life.
That may be true. This played out exactly how I knew it was going to.
That's because you all made the choices for them.
You're right.
That was her logic.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was.
And I don't regret my
That's a very
choice.
twisted way of looking
Let
at
me,
it. Right?
Let me make my
Got a very
stance on this
twisted life.
perfectly clear. While I don't really, believe it or not, condemn entirely your way of thinking or your logic or anything like that, and while I will say that this was a situation that more than likely would have ended up turning out the way that you expected them to, the fact that you are
Jesus,
clearly showing no
Jesus.
remorse.
Well, things are going to be so much more fucking interesting down the road now that this happened. And mind you, like I told Cannon, this was completely impromptu. I decided I threw this situation. Y'all followed it. I decided if y'all followed this trail, this was a situation you were going to come into because it made sense, and then I was going to see what y'all were going to do about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
So
with
continue.
continue. Sorry.
Um,
I destroyed your train of thought.
It's alright. Okay. What bothers me more than that is your clear lack of empathy. You almost seem proud that you did this.
It's my job.
I
I
know.
take pride in my work.
Oh, I can tell. Just know that from here on in, I'm not exactly going to be looking at you as more of a human under dire circumstances, as much as a monster pretending to be human. And I know you don't care.
Oh no, I don't. But you can think of me as a monster all you want.
I'm just letting you know how it is,
I'm not a monster.
if you say so.
I'm a weapon.
That
A
makes it
weapon.
worse.
That's right.
And by the way, don't think that we've all forgotten about the way that you acted in the tower.
No, I didn't expect you to.
I'm just saying, and
You
this
haven't-
is not a threat. This is a promise. Watch what line you cross.
If you think, for any instance, Kent, that you can intimidate me in any way,
I'm not trying to intimidate you. I know I can't. Because you don't care. Because
This is
you
harder
lack
than
the
my
humanity to
fireballs,
do
man.
so.
Right?
it's not lacking humanity.
If you
And I don't
say so.
expect someone
Everyone's
of whatever
back here with the
background you come
popcorn.
from to probably understand. As a fact, I don't know anything about you, and that's fine. But you have to understand, evil doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if it has children or not, or how it raises them.
Oh.
It doesn't care. All it wants is death and destruction.
You
So
know,
why is it wrong to stand against that and show no remorse when you strike it down, making the world a better place?
don't go thinking that you know more about this than I do.
I think I do.
I don't think
Well,
so.
you
Then why
are,
don't you tell us why that is?
You weren't raised by people who slaughtered your people. You weren't saved by one particular one that actually broke the mold.
Oh, but I was.
I was saved by someone who broke the mold.
You were saved by a creature, by an evil creature, or a creature that was inherently evil.
Inherently evil? No. But I was saved by a woman, my mentor, who made a pact to gain power, just as I have. Power to use it against its own kind.
And was she viewed as an evil individual?
And you think we're not? Just by looking how this discussion and how you look at me. I went in there and I killed evil creatures that are going to multiply and hunt down people, innocent people, who just wanted to frolic. What do you think happened last night? We saved Davis and you saved his woman. Where do you think they were going to go? Here. To be cut up and killed and put in that stew. For those children. So if you feed them people, and you teach them to hunt and kill them, why would they ever show you remorse?
I'm just saying, don't go talking like exceptions can't be made.
I've never seen a single exception.
There are always exceptions.
Then show me.
I will gladly one of these days.
Why wait?
But right now is not the time.
Well, if you
Oh,
want
actually,
to
I can,
show me
I
an
can
exception,
easily show you an example. I was raised to be a monster, to be a killing machine, just like you.
yeah.
The difference is that I chose to clear away from that path because I knew the dangers that it could cause.
Good for you.
It seems like you don't.
No, I know what dangers it can cause.
Because from where I'm standing right now, I'm seeming more human than you, and that's scary.
Well, you can seem as human as you want. Believe me, I am too. I don't claim to not have my own darkness. I know what I am, more than you can imagine. And I didn't have a choice. I was born with that in me. That was a choice that was made before I came to existence. Choice made by people I've never met. And I struggle with it every day.
And this was a choice that you made?
I
Or
didn't
was it
choose
thrust
to be
upon you?
born.
I'm not talking about your birth, I'm talking about your profession.
My profession?
Yes.
Yeah. The woman that saved me is the only survivor of my village. This is her profession. She was the one who created and leads my guild. She is my mentor, and my brothers and sisters are the same. We have been taught and trained to hunt things in the darkness that people don't have the stomach to do or are too afraid to do otherwise. So I don't have remorse for these things. Right?
Right.
I don't have remorse.
By the way, I'm having a lot of fun with
Oh, yeah,
this.
so much.
Right?
I hope y'all are not actually angry.
No.
No.
After
This
we're
is
gonna have to hug.
No.
this is enjoyable.
This is
I'm
good.
loving this.
I don't
Go
have
ahead, go ahead.
remorse for any of those things, and I'll never have remorse for anything that's evil, inherently evil, that I cut down. Now, can some evil things somehow change? Possibly. I've never met one. And if I do, and it's proven, then that's fine. I can accept that. But those Gnolls were preparing a stew that I guarantee you, if we hadn't saved those two people last night, they'd have been in it. And then we would have come over here and killed them all anyway. But by them not existing now, that temple will be safe. From them, at least. And you know how far away that temple is from here. Those Gnolls numbered in over 20 at this point.
Ultimately, I agree with your decision overall. I disagree with your morals, and I disagree with your attitude towards it.
That's fine.
I also disagree with the method that, or at least the lack of consensus before acting.
Right. I think next time we come across something like this, we should all have a say in it before we actually act. Not pinning any blame on Taisha. This is a learning experience for all of us, I feel.
For most of you.
And
But if you don't have the stomach
You're getting me in trouble.
and you can't steel your heart to do what is necessary, then get out of my way.
Oh shit.
That's kind of
this
what they did. That's
situation
kind of what they
reminds
did.
me of some wise words I once heard. Be aware that when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster. For when you gaze long into the abyss gazes also into you.
So, at what point did the abyss stare back at you?
Not yet.
If you
But I-
say so.
You and
But
Bartholomew,
if
you and Bartholomew would get along great, by the way.
But if I become that thing that kills me, if I become that thing I kill, that monster, that evil creature, then another hunter will come for me.
Oh,
So
you won't
we-
have to worry about that, because at this point, if that
Sounds
happens...
like, does this happen often in your order?
What? One of us becomes something else?
Something of that nature.
Not that I've ever met one.
What you know is
At
that
least not from my guild.
Blood-
The guild that takes people as slaves and sells them as slavers, that's a
you
separate
do know
guild.
that blood hunters, you are effectively the third generation. It has not existed for that long. Yeah, I guess everybody else, give me a knowledge history if you have it for blood hunters. It's gonna be a high.
Oh, it's in that one,
Nice.
Oh,
No, you know a lot.
You know, Jack and shit.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah.
Dirty 20s actually was the DC for to
Oh,
glean
wow.
this information. You know that it's a very you know blood hunters. You've actually know that paladins would sometimes team up with blood hunters to take down monstrous individuals. Where paladins themselves are about rooting out evil corruption, blood hunters are more along the
Militant? Yeah.
more along the line. Y'all paladins are militant. Blood hunters are more along the lines of freelance monster slayers. They do go specifically aiming for creatures like gnolls, goblins, those that are well known to have even like mindless monsters that just so happen to be dangers like owlbears and such. Not mindless, but animalistic. And
yeah, I get it.
so you do know from what you were learned and what you've read that blood hunters are fairly new. So far their methods have been proven to unnerve people, but they have not been proven to be a menace of society.
So it's
more
essentially
more along the
questionable.
more along the lines they have shown to be beneficial to society. From what you know,
From what I know,
except for one specific group.
his group.
No.
Oh,
You, with that dirty 20, you know that there are 4 main groups.
yeah.
You actually know that there's one group that has a very opposite thinking to his. The lycanthropes who are trying to find ways to make peace and unity among the feral races. But then there's one that's even more extreme than his called the purifiers that believe that humans are the only worthy creatures on the planet.
Purifier or not the purifiers? The were they the Lycans?
I have their name written down, I believe. Let me go and look that up real quick.
The
Sorry.
War of the Furries.
Yeah, pretty much.
Order of the Furries, yeah.
But you know what? They sound better than
I think
him.
I gave him Liberation's Jolt.
Okay, yeah, Liberation's Jolt sounds like a better group than yours because they're at least trying to keep the peace.
You
It's
do.
an interesting methodology, I'll give you that, and I've actually never met any of them. The ones you need to worry about, the purifiers, the ones who will take people like Taisha or even Asheen and either kill them outright or sell them.
I'm telling you this.
You do know that purifiers themselves won't go out of their way to murder elves, gnomes, or Azamars,
Oh, okay.
but you do know that they see them with such disdain, and you do know that they have been
Super
known to work
prejudice.
with.
Yeah.
You do know that they
Very-
have.
Super racist.
They're less likely to give a shit about
Super
helping them,
Nazis.
and they're more likely to overlook them being enslaved.
Okay, all right, hold
And
on.
they probably, and there are rumors stuttering about that they might have, but there's no proof. But they, and this you would know this with that Nat 20,
Yeah.
but they might have been working with some of the slavers that, such as the slaver group. I think y'all already passed the. I know you passed the knowledge check on these guys.
Yeah,
The
a
slaver
while
group.
back though.
Either way, all I'm saying
Sorry.
is y'all need to be more mindful of what you
The Blessed Sons.
just decide to obliterate. Be
I
more
am.
conscious of it.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Walking in
That's
there,
very
I'm,
paladin.
Remember, his order tells him what is evil.
it just says paladins are taught what is evil.
No, we
There's
can
no-
feel what's evil. You can't.
You can.
Yeah.
Then how come you were so against what happened in there? I mean, I walked in and I immediately
There's no such thing as
recognized the
baby
symbol
fiends.
of Yugoth, and I recognize what they are and who they worship. Why do you have a problem with it, Silas? Unless perhaps you're not as holy as you like to think you are?
Oh no, I will admit I am not holy. Who in the world in their right mind would think that I'm holy? For
For
crying
the
out
record, I
loud.
don't.
Yeah, thank you. For crying out loud, I tied up the high priest. I wrote Asmodeus as my daddy in whipped cream.
I know. But yet you want to look at me and tell me that I should be careful what I think is evil?
I mean,
At least I'm not a baby killer.
Oh.
that's actually technically
There
at this
it is.
moment he's not either. Taisha is.
Actually, that is true.
That was not aimed at you.
He is a mother killer
Even
at this
if
point. I
Taisha would
suppose.
have done what she did, the result would have still been the same.
Ooh.
And
And
again,
it's-
if
Okay.
you don't have the stomach or can steel your own heart to do what's necessary, then I'll do it myself. If I have to be the one that's committed to my job and to what my order does, that's fine. That's what I am.
I'm so excited. For
I'm
the
just
future.
saying this much.
Now you have story fuel.
All
I'm
Well,
just
not
saying.
just that. No, there's stuff that's coming up that I cannot wait to see how Kanan reacts to.
This is gonna be
Actually,
interesting.
very much. I can't wait to see how Kent reacts to it too. That might be PvP.
Ah,
Oh, this is gonna be.
Who says there isn't going to be PvP tonight?
That's up to you. I'm
It is
not.
up to you.
I'm not stopping anybody from doing
At
anything.
this point,
I don't want it to happen as a DM, but
at this point, Machine kind of stands in between everyone and says, "Look, what's done is done. Perhaps this was the only outcome that would have been satisfactory for the safety of all. But next time, when we have more time to talk about it, and actually now that we're talking about it, at least when it comes to children, let's hold off on their destruction, and we can decide what to do about them in the future."
I can't believe I'm saying this, but not everything requires shoot now, shoot later, shoot some more, and when everyone's
wish
dead,
Hubert was
ask a
here.
question
That
or
really
two.
is not like you to say that.
I know.
Right?
no shit.
God,
And
you've
again-
grown.
In most instances, you'd probably be right, but I guarantee you you're wrong on this one, Machine.
Well, it doesn't matter at this point. What is done is done. We need to focus on the dragon.
Actually, I just need to say one more thing to secure my peace in this matter.
Very well.
Again, ultimately, I agree with your decision. It's your attitude towards it that bothers me.
I
That, in combination with what you did in the Wizard's Tower, makes me very concerned about you. And what you said about monsters, about your brethren hunting you down in case you become one, if it ever gets to that point, I will put you down myself, so they don't have to worry about it.
You'll try. And that's
I
fine.
will try. I will die
But the
trying,
point
more than
is-
likely, but
The path that we walk, we kill monsters until some one of those monsters kills us. That's what we do. There is no happily ever after for my people. No happily ever after for my guild. We will hunt and we will either die, killing one of those things that's in there, or something else that's even worse than that. Things that I've read about that I've never seen, and I don't know what will happen if I ever come across one. It's a very difficult job, but it is one that is necessary. Just as you go look at a paladin who goes and strikes down demons, we do the same exact thing. We get paid for it,
Mhm.
but paladins don't have remorse for demons. Talk to one hardened paladin veteran and tell me, has he ever had any remorse for the evil that he hunts and
All
kills?
the time.
not talking about you. Shut up.
He probably
I will
doesn't-
say
insane.
this.
He probably doesn't care
A
about your
bloodline.
opinion.
I will say this. The chances of coming across a paladin that has more remorse about their past doings is probably more likely than coming across one of your kind.
Well,
Maybe.
And I'm just saying my piece on
well,
this.
there-
I will continue to travel with you. I will continue to work with you. If you're in danger, I will protect you. I will put my life on the line, but if you do anything to harm this group or put us in danger in any way, shape, or form, and you become that monster that you're saying that you more than likely will become, again, I might die trying, but I will try to put you down myself.
In that regard, Kent, we both think similar of each other.
Seems that way.
Wow.
This is going to be a very interesting relationship going forward.
Perhaps.
Hello,
But at least I know where I stand.
Oh, I do
Myself.
too. I do too.
hello, Sanji. Hello, Zoro. How are y'all doing
I
today?
know, right? This is very Sanji and Zoro.
Actually, I would never.
Have
want to
you
kill him.
said your piece now?
Now, one thing I do want to point out to everybody,
is that I did let slip that I don't know if you caught it, but I did let slip that right now Kent feels more human than
Yeah.
Kane.
Oh, I caught that.
Walking it on,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that you guys caught that.
I just what are we gonna do about the dragon?
Oh, we're still going after
We
that
go after
damn
the dragon.
dragon.
Where do we go? We don't know where it is.
They came from the north, so we head that direction.
The north's very big. How far north do we need to go?
Well, I believe
Maybe we
Machine
should-
said that he was going to attempt to contact Hubert about it, see if Hubert had any
Oh,
information.
yeah, can you still do that?
But did you have to wait till
I can
tomorrow?
do it. I could have done it too. I would have had it prepared, but I had to prepare other spells to communicate with the Gnolls' dead body.
Find the dragon.
There is a dragon?
Yeah.
So,
We could always have you prepare it and talk to Hubert.
I can do either or. Yes, I can. I will need some. Damn it! It's back. I will need a long rest.
Could
Hiccups.
you?
what time of day is
Do
it?
you still have the capability to talk to the Gnoll again?
I got one more third level. God damn it!
Oh, is there like so out of character? Is there a rule where you can't talk to the same corpse more than once?
Yeah,
a day?
there is a rule that you need to wait 10 days before you talk to that same corpse.
Oh damn.
Which y'all do have two
But
more
we do
corpses.
have
We do have
two more
two more,
corpses.
so
And y'all do have
And there's extra
three.
ones in there.
Yeah, the three corpses that
Some fresh ones.
if you're asking about the dragon, they probably would know.
so
The problem is that I don't have enough to cast both tongues and speak with dead.
Fair.
my
If somebody
question,
else knows tongues, they can speak. They can give it to me, or if somebody else knows speak with dead, they can give it to me.
so my question is, do we keep going or do we rest here for now?
What time of day is
I'd
it?
rather not rest here. Y'all maybe traveled 3-4 hours, assuming y'all woke up and left at dawn, or at the very least 8. I would say about midday.
Would you
I
allow
think we should
any
probably
of us?
keep traveling till at least nighttime.
Yeah.
Closer to nighttime.
Would you allow any of us, like maybe a survival roll, to try and track down the dragon?
Well,
Hmm.
no. All we have to do is continue to follow Gnoll tracks
Yeah.
because they were driven from the Gnoll.
Oh, okay.
So chances
Yeah,
are,
but
if we
it
follow their
depends
tracks,
on how old those tracks are. though.
Yeah.
if
So
we follow their tracks, then we could end up finding this thing. But
that being said, if y'all want to roll survival, this time it will be with disadvantage because y'all are rolling older tracks. It did look like they settled here at some point.
Can we use
I'm
inspiration
like actually
on the
shaking
disadvantage?
from that.
To give yourself a straight
you?
roll, yes.
I put some actual emotion
Wow.
behind
Maybe
that.
advantage, so you just get a straight roll. So
I
what
got
you
a-
rolled the first
I
time?
got a nat 20.
Okay, I rolled a 15. the
Nat
first
20.
time.
Okay.
I already have inspiration too.
Okay.
I got 18.
So it's a
You got better
The
than me.
23 total.
23
Slightly.
and 18.
18, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Y'all go out and y'all actually see multiple Gnoll tracks going in different directions, going in and out. Some
Barely
going
show it to
towards
you.
some prairie, some going what it seems like towards the woods. It looks like they might have done a lot of foraging before they made their attempts. What's up?
okay, so Kenan and Tisha's do the survival check, leave around.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. What's everyone else doing?
I think one of y'all gave
Oh,
Ken an advantage,
if-
right?
Let me put it this
No, I
way.
didn't have advantage.
If Kanan is at the front of the group,
You-
I'm all the way at the back.
You had to roll with disadvantage in this case.
Well, I'll just use my inspiration.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, then I'm going to walk back with Canada to Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
well,
talk about
so
the
am I.
situation.
Where you go?
I want to talk to Kent.
Okay. Abigail wishes to speak with Kent.
Yeah.
Do you mind putting a bit of psychic talk between me and you for a time being? Just more to be more secure.
Just you and me.
Just you and me.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
I barely know you, but.
I mean,
No, I know. I'm just
if
kidding.
he's saying this to him secretly, assuming that he's making attempts to do it, yeah, go ahead. You probably wouldn't be privy to the conversation unless Abigail made you privy to it.
Okay, well, I would have thought that being as staunch a defender of him,
You know,
that would get me,
yeah.
like,
It's up to
invites
Abigail.
the-
I don't know.
Abigail.
Invites to the
Ask,
party.
ask him.
No, but out of game, you need to just.
Out of
once a
game,
day,
I
right?
can, yeah.
Oh,
once per long rest.
Once per
Oh,
long rest.
once per long rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
for 1d8.
Don't worry. Penelope still likes Kanan. She's just a little put off by him.
Kanan honestly doesn't care if none of them like him.
And that's why I didn't have a problem
But
telling them
Penelope
off.
cares that you like her.
Huh?
Penelope cares that you
Well, I
like
have
her.
nothing against
Well,
Penelope. She's
okay.
cool.
How
I don't have
far
anything
away
against
is
for most
Ken
of them,
from?
except for Kent at this moment.
How far away is us three away from?
Well,
Very
if
nice. I
they're
don't have anything
here's the
against
thing:
them.
if those two are making a hard track of doing it, of tracking and stuff, they're focused on that. They're
Yeah.
not focused on
You
y'all.
don't care about us.
How far? Just give or take.
I would say y'all would probably go maybe at least maybe farther if y'all choose to, but at least 100 feet from the cave if they were trying to find solid tracks that might lead to somewhere.
Yeah, I would look for like good, solid
Okay,
tracks
they're actually into
that
survival.
go the direction that
Yeah.
we're trying to get.
Okay, then mind.
I'm also
Don't
on
worry about
horseback,
that.
just kind of
That
gathering,
secure link then.
walking around.
Alright,
If
I'll
no-
go ahead and form.
Don't-
So I'm
don't-
forming it with.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. At least
Gotcha, gotcha.
we're that far away from them.
Gotcha.
Far away from that.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but
I'm the outcast
Now I'm
now.
gonna say this.
Oh,
Now,
well, I'm used to that.
Sweet.
since I'm giving you advantage, the way I look at it,
Yeah,
is
you are
I'm
helping.
helping you.
So you're away
Track?
from the
So
conversation
we
too.
should have our own conversation when they're done.
Yeah, go
So Sweetie Sparkles is still there though.
That's my sweetie sparkles.
Go on, get out of here. No one wants you around.
Wow. I don't know how true
He just
that
kind of
is.
stares at you like.
He doesn't say it.
I'm
in
not actually
character.
saying that in character.
Oh,
That's
okay.
from old
Oh,
Yellow,
that's
man.
right.
Oh, okay.
This is a small horse.
No,
Really
get,
small horse.
get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty.
Wow.
That book made me cry.
So go ahead and have y'all's conversations. Let's get this going.
Is it between the three of us? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, it's just, I did not know Studio Sparkles was with us. No, let's put up a secure link if you can. I see I can trust it.
Alright.
Murder hobos, apparently.
Great, we've got 1 hour.
That's what I need.
That's all y'all need.
I know.
Alright, hold
Just
on.
letting you
Hold
know.
on. Did you say you're the murder hobos apparently?
She is.
Oh
I
yeah.
told y'all the Three Stooges over there, and he goes, "What does that make us?" I was like, "Murder,
Murder
hobos."
hobos.
Murder hobos, yeah.
That's the two factions of the curse break. So, okay. Alright.
She's the neutral party on its own.
Anyway,
Whatever
Anyway.
you learn.
you take the words out of my mouth.
She's the nanny.
Until Canada. And
At this point, yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, let them.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's do
it's-
this.
Anyway, what?
I agree with you. I agree. I respect Canon. I can understand his line of work,
Mm-hmm.
and there's some things that on principle I can't agree with him on such black and white. I can't agree with that. If you need help, I would back you up.
I appreciate it, but this really is like the stance that I chose. So, if you want, I won't try to stop you, but I don't really think that's a good idea. Right now, there's friction between me and Kanan, and I'm going to be as professional as possible and just keep.
Professional, yes, but there's always
You know what?
choices.
As long as you realize that we're on your side, and I also one-shot him.
Okay, I did not say that. Okay.
For now, there's no case about it once he has more HP.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're the one that should be worried about that one.
So, alright. Okay, like, you two want to, like, back me up or support me. You've already done so by, talking down. Kind of like, by talking down to, or looking down on their actions. That's all you really need to do. That's all I really needed to do, but I'm an idiot and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. So, right now, let's just try our best not to cause more friction. Because we need to get to Grand Noah. So we need to get Penelope to her place.
Speaking of which, y'all are all doing this mentally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Penelope's just kind of staring at y'all as y'all are like intently
We
gazing
kind
at each
of
other.
are like all the way back, kind of huddled together.
And she's just kind of like, I feel kind of lonely right now.
Aw, there's a riff.
You're fine.
Penelope.
You're fine. It's
Oh, she doesn't say that out loud.
Oh, okay.
But you know, that's kind of like how she's
I'm
thinking.
absolutely going to say though, man, that really puts a downer on my plans.
What are you talking about? Oh wait,
What?
let me guess. You were gonna tie him up.
Oh no! Tie him up.
What plans?
His plans, apparently.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with tying him up. Other things maybe, but not tying him up.
Silas, can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah,
What is your deal with tying people up?
I just think it's hilarious.
Fair enough. Comedy is subjective.
Anyway,
I appreciate.
I'm going to talk to Penelope for a bit.
I appreciate them. In short, I appreciate the offer, but right now let's try not to cause any more friction between us.
Okay, so you
I
approach
can't steal
Penelope.
anything?
She
No.
quickly just asks you, "You ain't gonna fight each other, are you?"
No.
Okay.
It's not the plan.
Well,
You're all my friends, or at least I see all as my friends. I don't want y'all to fight.
Oh, I see everybody here as my. I see everybody here as my friends too.
I have an idea. I give him the high priest treatment.
Yeah, because
not.
you definitely won't go. You definitely won't go the way of Giggles because of that.
Let me put it. Death by Julio is what we'll call it.
Giggles 2.0.
Let's not do that because right now Kanan has obviously been provoked or instigated or agitated or all the above. Right now, leaving him alone is the best course of action for everybody.
Should steal his horse.
Let's not.
That's even worse.
That's
probably.
worse.
I would not.
Bad
forgive you.
Silas. No.
Bad Silas.
What are you doing?
Shame on you.
Funny.
So we're gonna float away, and you also
Yeah.
wanted to have a
Yeah, that's
conversation,
fine.
right?
So as Ashin is guiding you or giving you advice as you're looking around, Ashin
I like
asks
this.
you.
Character growth.
So, at the Gnoll cave, why did you fire off the fireball when you did?
Because they were evil. And to be quite honest, I was trying to keep the family together. I knew I had to kill the adults, so I wanted their children to go with them.
I see.
I'm pretty far from this, right?
Yeah, if y'all. Yeah, I would say that y'all were. I would say for the most
I was
part.
like, I kind of went off. I'm not like so far that.
As a matter of
we don't
fact,
fight, I'm
if
there
Kanan
for
if
it.
Kanan is the type of person I think he is, if you feel pretty heated right now, you probably would want to be by yourself to cool your head off.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I'm just me and Luca.
You wanted their souls to be together in the afterlife at the same time. That was your reason.
Yes. I've lost 2 children, and I sometimes wish I could be with them. So I thought I would be giving them the same opportunity I wish I had.
I see.
Background. There's some background on Taisha.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know. But in the future, we'll be killing, well, theoretically, the parents and leaving the children behind so that they can grow into something else. How do you feel about that? Should we decide to do something like that in the future?
If it's a group decision, then I will abide by it. I'm not gonna go. I was just going with what Kanan was saying because I thought he knew everything about monsters, but obviously I should wait for a general consensus before going in blazing.
Seems we are not all in agreement when it comes to such things. So we it seems we still have to figure out exactly what each other's goals and aspirations are, as well as their views on morality.
Agreed. But as far as Kanan and Kent, those are going to be the ones we have to watch.
Well, yes, between them and Kanan, there's definitely a lot of conflict there. So, yes, it's best that we be very careful with how we make decisions, and let's not do so rashly in the future.
I agree.
But I think there's some tracks over there. Do you know what they are?
And they would be the Gnoll tracks, right?
It would. Actually, I will say this much. Near y'all's conversations, which one y'all had? You had an at 20, right?
He had.
You actually the one that
You
is.
You
Huh?
got an 18 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, you actually. Kanan's the one who eventually points out really old tracks. Actually, kind of hard to tell.
Over here.
But they seem like they go north. They're coming from north, and unlike the others, which seem like scattering or like little hunting parties, this does seem like it could have been a group,
Traveling.
a large group that traveled through. Oh, as a matter of fact, you probably think that because so many of the footsteps came through, that's your logic as to why this final group was able to make it through. Why these tracks lasted this
I'll
long.
wait by the tracks till they probably catch up.
So y'all hear Kanan shout, "Hey, he sees some tracks."
These are older tracks, and it's a large group, and they're headed north. So this must be when they first started getting to this area.
Machine kind of looks around and says, well done. I don't think I could have found any sign that way. You have a good eye.
He gives a slight nod, doesn't say anything.
Well, I think we have a trail to follow. Shall we?
Agreed.
Let the others know.
Do we catch up to them before they start?
Well, if you guys are kind of far, I guess we can wait.
How loud? Yeah, I guess you would have shouted this, right?
Enough for them to hear.
Okay.
I don't want
Yeah,
to shout
'cause we
too
would've been
loud in like
close
a
by.
forest,
I would.
you know?
So Asheen would send by or send out midnight to the group.
I mean, we're not that far away from you guys.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. At least they would have, even if they would have trouble hearing, they would actually see you. If anybody would beckon them to come, they would actually see that.
Yeah, and you see midnight flying your way, and you see like
Is that
Asheen
boy
beckoning.
Timmy's
you
in the
forward.
whale?
Whoo!
Well, we gotta go save him. Yeah.
You actually see Midnight roll his eyes.
Don't actually say that. I'm making reference to something that Kent could possibly know about. Okay, so yeah. Well, I brush up. I'll make a steady pace, steady.
Yeah, I saw him going in.
So everybody, Penelope follows y'all. They make their way. The group reconvenes. Who is pulling the carriage right now? Did y'all leave the carriage
At
behind?
this point, I think we had to have, because there's no solid trail going this direction.
So y'all had to leave the carriage behind,
Which is fine.
which means if y'all do continue north, it wouldn't be on foot.
Yep.
Again, for who knows how long.
Most of them.
It's fine.
So
It's just like sucks to be all. This
Well,
is not.
technically, she could ride the nightmare.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, she could.
Heck yeah, I can. Of course.
Actually,
well,
when
if
you
it'll
And
let you.
technically, with those horses, like 2 people could ride on it, no problem.
Yeah, it's
so
big.
which person does Kanan currently not have an issue?
Penelope.
Yeah, she wouldn't say no.
And
It's
she
like,
actually is probably the slower of all of us.
yeah,
so
she
it would
is.
make sense to at least give her a better.
Yeah, it's just like,
Actually, yeah, you could probably have her ride on Luca with you.
well, that's
Yeah,
what he's
that's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
I was
okay.
saying which one is
Like if
Kanan
anyone
least.
rides with her, Penelope can ride with me.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, I see.
it's basically like which one is Kanan currently not pissed off. He said Penelope.
Well, he has nothing
Probably-
against Abigail either.
Probably-
I don't
Silas,
have anything against me either.
I don't have anything against you, Abigail. Sheen, I think he's kind of a fool.
I don't know.
Nothing, no offense. Silas, I also think is kind of a fool and he's kind of full of himself, and he just doesn't like Kent right now.
honestly, what
Understandably.
during the whole thing, I just kept to myself.
Yeah, I know.
You think Silas is kind of a fool?
I think Silas. If you were to ask Kanan, what do you think of
Kanan
me?
thinks he's a fool,
Yeah.
not Julio,
Yeah.
per se.
Oh yeah.
He would tell you what he thought of you.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
So dragons, right?
If we're hunting,
Yep.
actually, can we roll knowledge on the black dragon?
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
need knowledge of history, right? Or Arcana too.
Arcana.
Arcana or history, I will allow both.
Yeah.
Bingo, baby.
All right. Let's see if I can.
I like
this roll.
Inspiration this time. I'm gonna pop my
What was
inspiration.
it again? I'm sorry.
21.
Arcana or history.
Oh, no.
Dirty 20. I know that's not
23.
Nice.
So far that's like what 1, 2, 3,
25.
4 20s
Oh,
over 20.
25 club.
Yeah, 19.
So that's something.
Basically, guys plus 6.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Well, so what y'all know about black dragons specifically is that they tend to keep their lairs in swamps. Y'all, knowing that, give me a knowledge history
Now, I did do a knowledge history earlier to know
about the north, and it was really good if I remember
Yeah.
right.
19.
You would know too. Y'all do know that there are some swamplands to the north, but it's extremely out of the way. If that's where the Gnolls came from, they could have been traveling for weeks before they got here.
Knowing that, do we want to? If we're hunting a black dragon and they prefer swamps, do we really want to go all that way?
Into
Well,
the lairs.
And the question is a dragon?
Now, y'all do know
There.
that's where its lair could be, but dragons, being creatures of flight and being able could travel long distances from their lair to hunt as well.
Would we know what potentially? Okay, from where the swamp is, would we know the nearest potential civilization that could be in danger, or like a surrounding kind of idea of how many might be? around?
Didn't one of us
No, like as far as the swampland goes, not many people know about it because there's not just the dragon, but there's suspicions of evil fae that might live there. There's suspicions of like other creatures such as gnolls and there really isn't any nearby. The closest civilization to this particular swampland would probably be one of the slaver ports that are slightly north of it.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
So in other words, the only things that would be helping if we killed that dragon is all the wild creatures. So
So it's probably just a better idea. We
Now-
try to get back on course.
yeah, at this point,
I don't think we're equipped to fight this yet.
Roll me in. I mean, what did y'all get on the knowledge arcana for dragons?
25.
25.
It was described to y'all as a young black dragon. It would be a difficult fight, but you're confident that those who rolled 25, who rolled 20 or better, are confident that
If we
your
could,
group could take on a dragon of that color and age.
if we could put aside whatever differences we currently have and work together, we could probably take it.
It's not the black
But-
dragon I'm worried about. It's what after the black dragon.
There's also
Getting there
That's
would be
what
the
different.
slaver
be
ports.
exhausted.
The slaver ports nearby.
Right. We'd be
And-
walking into even more danger than might
That's
be.
Yeah.
right. So perhaps it would be best to go back at this point.
Especially also considering what
did
you and
say-
Taisha are, it'd be best to avoid slaves, any slavers.
And you can rest assured that the temple will be safe because, or we can be rest assured because there are no more gnolls to worry about.
That's right.
So, I suppose this was not a trip in vain.
If y'all
I agree
do
with that.
head back to the temple, it would probably be close to 2, 3 o'clock. Y'all could go there and stay the rest of the day there, or y'all could leave and maybe make about a half day's travel towards the Shire before nightfall came.
We did a half day trip to the Shire.
I think as close to the Shire as we can get, and then resting, camping for the night might be
Yeah.
the better option.
Okay.
Alright.
That's just what I think.
Y'all take off towards the Shire
After getting our carriage.
after getting
After getting the carriage
Yeah.
back.
Y'all get the carriage, y'all go back to the temple, y'all get y'all's stuff in order. If y'all have any traveling supplies that y'all wish to purchase, nothing magical, but but
Yeah, make sure
but
we're
a
stocked up on,
variety of mundane items.
Yeah.
Does,
stocked up on
does,
rations and stuff
do
like that.
you have Sweetie Sparkles meet you away from it, or does Sweetie Sparkles join you in the temple?
It'd be best not to. bring
Yeah.
them.
Why not?
On the way
If
there,
there's paladins, they're
she
gonna want
does
to kill
say,
them.
Well, I want to protect them, so we'll keep it on.
I suggest, we have,
So you tell Sweetie Sparkles to meet you on the other side
yeah, basically.
of
Okay.
the
Go the
temple.
long way around the
And-
temple.
Go feed and meet me on the other side.
So, did anybody want to make any small purchases before they go?
I'll ask them for the best bottle of alcohol they have.
You know what? I
On
got
the
some
house.
alcohol.
This is just a general
On the
goods
house.
thing, right?
Yeah, on the house.
Best bottle? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you see the priest pay for it,
Oh. Thank you.
actually.
Well, you know what? I'm
You've done a
bummed.
lot.
I'm good.
You've done a lot for this, you've done a lot for myself, and by extension, this temple.
What kind of L is it?
Huh?
What kind of L is it?
He asked for, like, their best bottle. He's probably thinking price, so it's a type of elven wine that he gave you.
Okay, cool. I will go. Kent,
Uh-oh.
we both have our differences. That's clear.
No.
And you're right.
Very.
We need to work together.
Huh?
So consider this a peace offering, and I have put it in front of you.
Would I have any sort of relation to this particular brand?
You probably wouldn't, to be honest. Considering where you're from,
All things considered.
knowledge of other elves are severely suppressed from where you're from, outside of the fact that they're despicable. But
It's heretic wine.
That's just so more.
if you
Blasphemy.
You know what?
If
The
you-
bigger the H, the
if-
better the wine.
If you ask them
Fair.
about the wine, they'll give you information about it, and if you relay that information to Kent, it's up to you. How would Kent feel if he said this is a very
It's
expensive
H,
bottle
I said H.
of high elven wine made from berries grown exclusively in the high elf lands? How would
We have
Kent feel
little
about
H
that?
heresy. Big H heresy.
Wow.
Well,
Uh,
I don't even know if I would have asked that detail. I just said the most best bottle of wine.
Yeah, or you could just be
So if they're
like,
like, oh, it's Elven wine. That's fine.
it probably would have been, yeah, if you're, so if Kent inquires, then you'll probably just be like, I just asked for the best wine they have, and this is
I
what they
said it was
gave me.
Elven. Consider it a peace offering.
God, did you sound any more mad about that? Peace offering, damn it.
This is like a map, this
We're
is
gonna
like,
have to watch each other's back.
To
Come in
Provided that
peace.
you don't stab me in the back.
to his defense, he's right to be upset.
Provided
Just
you
like-
don't take the opportunity to stab me in the back, as I've seen you do before to enemies.
wow. Peace offering, and
Hold on.
then
Let me
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
let
go
me
for it.
let me handle this. First of all,
You
the
do
only
that,
people I
that didn't
stab in the
matter.
back are the ones that I feel deserve it. As of now, you and I are companions. Like I said, I don't like you, you don't like me. It's very clear. So, I will accept this as a peace offering under one condition. You and I both share it.
I'm actually never thirsty, but sure, I'll try it.
Don't have to be thirsty to drink.
That is true.
Actually, yeah, hardly anybody ever
I
drinks
don't
wine.
get a peace offering. I'm hurt.
I mean,
Do you need a peace offering?
do you invite the?
Tell you what, how about I ask the priest to teach you how to be a better paladin?
Oh, shots fired!
Damn.
You even
Wine
seem
for
to know.
peace
I'm gonna
offering,
go
there
to
you
the
go.
priest. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. I'll actually, you know what? I will bring you a bottle of wine, and I'm gonna go back and ask for another bottle, and I'll pay for it myself. And I will ask the priest, do you perhaps have a manual of some sort that your paladins usually have to train?
Farlagon doesn't
Paladin's got it for
Farlagon isn't
idiots.
exactly special. Farlagon doesn't
For
exactly
idiots, guys,
specialize in
for
paladins. If you go to Grand Noah, you might find the Temple of Heronius, who employs the most paladins, is there. Reu also has
Good
his
to know.
fair share of paladins. You might actually find some elven paladins of the of end of the
That's enough,
Elven
thank you.
path.
And I'll just take the
Yeah.
one. How much was the bottle?
This
Um,
means war.
If you insist on buying it, it'll
He
be
bought the last one. So,
it'll be about 5 gold pieces.
okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'll come back and I'll flip it and I'll hand it to you. Here, you and I have differences also, but we do need to watch each other's backs in combat. By the way, don't be thinking high and mighty because you struck me down once. I had already taken a pretty severe blow.
Right now, we probably shouldn't be thinking high and mighty about any sort of like interpersonal like situations.
I'm just going to.
That's a good point.
I'm going to bow to you, take the wine, and I'm going to go off to the stables.
There's a lot of
I'm
dis-
offended you're buying gifts for the people that were mean to you. What about like
Chris.
Penelope and shit?
I'm okay.
GM,
I'm okay.
Would you
GM.
like a bottle of wine? Also?
No.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy me one? Fuck
do
you.
there happen to be just?
I'll go buy another bottle of
I
wine
want to know. out
for
of-
Taisha and another
just
bottle of wine
curiosity
for the
sake.
general rest of the group.
Okay, cool. Out of curiosity's sake,
10 more gold.
are there
That's
are
fine.
there by
No more of
chance
that brand.
any
We buy the last of it.
any horses that look just like Luca?
Painted horse. It's a painted horse, right?
No, he's a black horse.
Oh, he's a black horse. No, okay, those are a little bit more common. Because painted horses, I think, are fairly
They're
rare.
pretty rare, yeah.
But
Depends on where you are.
you do see maybe one or two that could fit in, but they don't seem like used. But they don't seem. They don't seem as well traveled as Luca, I guess you could say. But yeah, what do you? What do you do?
You realize Luca's not in the stable, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of tied to wherever we are.
oh I know.
I'm just gonna go buy all the stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are staying here tonight, correct?
No,
we're
they're
leaving.
Oh, we're
they're
leaving.
leaving.
We're buying provisions and we're gonna leave and we're gonna get like as close to the next city or town as we can before
then
we have
camp.
camp.
How much for these two horses?
They're not for sale. They belong to other compatriots. We don't really sell horses here because people tend to already have their horses by the time they get here.
Sucks when the DM doesn't play along, huh?
Yeah, seriously.
I'll take the other 2 bottles of wine. This one is for the group. And I'll flip it and I'll give it to Tanisha. Here.
You don't want
Since
Okay.
I'm making amends to everyone and I actually do
I'm
should
going to
make
give help to
amends you
Penelope.
considering what happened at the tower.
Yes, Sir
Take the good
Silas. Are you sir? Probably. I don't know.
This is all yours. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't really drink much, but I did
Eve,
promise Kent that I'd share at least
Guys,
the
we've
glass
got
with him.
guys, we've got 2
Cans.
different roleplay things going on
Yeah,
right now.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead and finish y'all's up real
No,
quick.
it's finished.
Go for it.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
No, go ahead. Okay, Sean. What were you about to say?
Please do me a favor and just leave Kanan's healing up to me. I take on that responsibility.
Sense motive.
Bring it on!
Insight.
What are you asking
What
for?
is he saying?
He wants to be the only one that knows Canaan.
That's a.
Only heels
In other words, he wants
So,
to
in
be
other words,
That's
the
a,
you're
one
one-
that
healing
is
me and
a
not him.
19 total. And
Is it against deception?
in this particular case, first
Turns.
she asks why.
But
What do you say to
I
her?
know.
I have recently found out he has a rare.
Deception.
deception.
What?
A rare what? Because he
I'm trying
hasn't.
to think of the correct word. Like,
Disease?
yeah,
Condition?
well, condition, because I mean, he's a vampire.
Knows that too. As far as she knows, healing's just fine for him too.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot.
Either way, it's going to be deception.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
He has,
cool.
he, has a
Whatever.
pretty, he has a pretty high.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
There you go.
Hell yeah. I'm not done yet. I'm actually going to use Favored by the Gods.
Oh,
Damn.
that's like 2d6.
How the hell are you favored by the gods?
2d4.
That's
Divine,
right.
Divine soul. Apparently there is a god that likes him.
Yes, there is.
That's a fucked up god.
Well, to be honest, I already know the god. And his patron is not the god, by
The
the
one you
way.
created?
No.
Oh.
It's part
Is
of
it
the
that little
Greyhawk
fairy thing?
Pantheon, and it fits him extremely well.
It's that little fairy thing, right?
Beat
No,
a
that's not the
21,
patron, that's the
son.
patron.
She rolled a 19, so as far as she's concerned, well, I mean, wouldn't it make sense that both of us are looking out for the entire group?
He seems more my responsibility.
Why? I mean,
Thank you. I'm concerned about your
Sean?
your safety.
Favored by the gods does not work for ability checks. If you fail a saving throw or miss an attack roll,
alright, so
Never mind.
So what's your original roll?
Someone's got to call you out on it.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you were using that wrong. That's why I had to go check.
I didn't know that. Good eye. What's your?
It's an 11.
Oh wow! You rolled high for the favor by the gods.
No.
You did roll
sorry,
with
14.
it. 14. Still not good enough. But
Yeah, thank you. I
so
know.
she just kind of. So she just is kind of. But
She was on the
Okay.
on the right path with the whole.
she was on the right path, but that's more like an innocent acting. Now this is innocent
Ah,
question.
fair.
An innocent questioning. In this case, it's more of a now suspicious, nervous
You know what?
questioning.
Whatever. I don't care.
I'm just saying, you and I, we make a wonderful team to keep everybody alive. I would like to think that we're the guardians of the entire group. Well, no, I guess that's very cocky of me, wouldn't it be?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't even really picture him as being alive, seeing as how he's a half monster.
Oh, nice.
Damn.
Wow.
He gave you a bottle of wine.
He gave me a bottle of wine to shut me up.
I mean,
Clearly it didn't work.
look on the bright side.
Maybe it's not too late to get a refund.
Look on the bright side. I know what he did, what he and Taisha did was a bit off-putting, but I at least have confidence that they wouldn't do it to any human, halfling, elven, or gnome children.
Right.
Probably not even dwarven children either. Dwarves aren't evil. They're just
That will really help me sleep.
very
Thank you
standoffish.
for not helping.
Ouch.
Wow. Oh damn.
My feelings, they're hurt.
God damn. Savage. Baby wants his bottle.
So I gave the bottle to Taisha,
Mm-hmm.
except this is an apology. I apologized already, but I feel since
Aisha, don't you think it's just better off just to go ahead and take it?
you still have something against me.
No, I just don't like wine. I don't drink.
Oh, then sell it. We'll get to the
Fine.
no.
Fine.
You can use whatever you get for whatever you like. I didn't know that. I guess I should have asked. Sorry.
It's like I don't got
I'll make
nothing
that up
against
to
you.
you.
I
too.
just
How about that? We
It's
get to
like-
Grand Noah. What do you like? You don't drink. Do you like cake or pie? Sweets of some kind.
This is what we're doing.
I'll buy you a pie.
Okay, fair enough.
a lot cheaper than wine too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, it depends
Well,
on
I
what
should have asked
flavor.
real quick. What flavor is the ones that you like the most? Because I don't want to get one that you don't like. I just
Strawberry.
have to throw it in silence. Okay, good to know. If you,
Mother
if you, he sits on. I don't even know if you're there or not. But if you're not there, I'm not going to say anything.
All right. Well,
Well, if
y'all.
you're not there, you're not gonna say it.
Well, no, he'll say. He's still going to say it.
Oh,
But if I
okay.
see Silas there and Silas is mad about it, I was going to say.
Silas is already pissed.
Silas is just what makes Silas happy? Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Blasphemy.
You want to know what would make Silas happy?
Heresy.
Successful trek?
Yes.
Well, with that being
Are
said,
you two fairly nearby?
So with that being
Yeah,
said,
we're
Like
still
nearby to
around the same
me.
place. I literally went to go buy and come back twice.
Alright, I'll just say, why don't we try a little bit of, might I make a recommendation or a suggestion for a little bit of team building exercise? Why don't you and I take the first watch when we make campground?
That's fine with me.
all right, just giving you all a heads up. We got 13 minutes left.
No.
We are not in love.
No. The simple fact of the matter is we need to be able to prove that we can work together.
He's got a good point.
Actually, wouldn't a better team building exercise be comfortable enough to sleep around each other? If you
Baby steps, Chris, baby steps.
Here's the thing: if you and Silas took the first watch, and he was able to sleep silent, then him and Taisha take the first watch, and you can sleep silent.
second watch?
Out of game.
Or second watch.
If-
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm fine with your suggestion.
No, sorry about that. Out of game. Shut the fuck up, Chris. I agree.
Maybe I need to buy you a bottle of wine to be quiet.
So, we're in agreement.
Yes. But let's get to somewhere where we can actually camp first.
Agreed.
So,
And
I'm ready to go. Where's Silas?
I'm going to.
Oh, I'm sure he's
I'm
off
going to go ahead and
searching
expedite
somewhere.
this. Y'all do get together. Y'all get on the road, and y'all travel for, let's say, y'all decide to travel a little extra longer, even after nightfall. 6 hours, about 8 or 9 o'clock at night. That's whenever y'all decide to settle. I'm assuming Ashin makes a dome.
Tiny hut.
He makes the tiny hut. Both Sweetie Sparkles and Luca are stuck outside as per normal. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could fit one of the horses in there,
Nope.
but they cannot be large creatures.
Yep.
Well, aren't horses medium?
No, they're large.
They are.
They're large.
You can only ride something if it's a size category.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Larger than
Yeah,
yours.
sorry, I forgot.
You do see the usual Sweetie Sparkles just taking off, like it tends to do because it does not need to sleep. Luca is just kind of like.
Good boy.
And Midnight stays outside of the hut and just kind of
Watches.
watches.
He's gonna stay outside with Luca.
I'm gonna go ahead and expedite this. We did a lot of role playing. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if y'all have much more y'all feel like y'all need to say to each other, but with it being 10 minutes left, I'm gonna say y'all take y'all's rests. Y'all wake up the next day. Y'all go on the road again. Y'all ride hard for another 6 hours with Lucas well traveling and and Sweetie Sparkles is devilish endurance. Y'all ride 6 more hours, and as you ride, Penelope's ears perk up. Do y'all hear that?
Near what?
Do we?
What's your passive?
Oh,
17 now,
17,
right?
I think.
Your ears perk up too.
Yeah, passive perception. Yeah, 17.
You hear what sounds like children crying. And
Not
this was
again.
planned. And this was actually planned. Maybe Gnolls weren't.
We totally derailed this.
Nothing
What
wrong with that.
kind
No,
of children?
I welcome this.
Yeah, what kind of
Yeah,
children?
what kind of children are we here
Are
for?
they
Yeah, can we
demon
ascertain what type by the price?
No, let's.
Actually,
Why does it
Penel-
matter? Let's just let Kanan slaughter them all.
Penelope can. I think that's halfling children.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Kanan, you're up. Let's go.
Well, I don't mind rescuing them. That's fine with me.
So-
I'll show you how it's done. Let's go.
So y'all
What
stop.
does your order say about halflings?
I like halflings.
I hope so.
Penelope's so insecure. I love it.
Yes,
So,
I like halflings.
y'all
Don't worry.
actually do need to stop the carriage because it's off the beaten path over a tiny hill. You'll climb over that hill.
I'll have Midnight scout out ahead.
You have Midnight scout out ahead. Yeah, do you channel your vision through Midnight or do you just stay normal?
Yeah, I go ahead and go into trance.
So, this is the first time this happens. So, do you want to explain to the? I'm pretty sure most of the party out of character knows, but do you want to explain to the party in character what you're about to do? Because I think this is the first time you've ever done
I
this.
thought he did this in
I've
the dome
done it
once.
before.
Oh, you've done it
in
before?
the cave.
Oh.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
If I
So,
remember correctly.
so y'all do see him going into a trance as he sends his owl out, and when your owl makes it over the hill, what you see is 10 orcs and a third orc in priestly and 10 orcs and an 11th orc in priestly-like garbs.
Oh, Lord.
As they're marching along, you see the orcs carrying these cages with about 20 halfling children bunched up in each of them.
Oh, shit.
So, as he's in trance, he goes ahead and just tells you what he's seeing as he's seeing
No, they only. Well, it is the middle of the day.
What's the formation?
He is an owl. You do see the cleric-looking one in the middle, kind of sort of barking orders, occasionally slapping the cages, shouting. Do you understand Orcish?
Negative.
You shouting something in a language that you don't understand, and then sometimes in common, shut up.
Shut up, little human.
All right. So all that is relayed to everyone as she sees it, and
10 orcs plus the clerics, so it'll be 11.
he orders Midnight to come back before it's spotted, and he comes out of trance and says, if we want to save non-evil children, now's a good time to stop these orcs from taking these children away.
Kanan
Fine
will
by
draw
me.
his sword.
Do you even want to bother stealthing at this point?
Hmm?
Do you even want to bother stealthing at this point?
I mean, I just drew my sword. So.
Stealth. We stealth enough. Okay. Stealth enough to get over the hill so we can see them
Mhm.
at line of sight.
We could probably get a
How
surprise
far
round
away are they?
in on them.
Over the hill,
Through the woods.
they're probably just right down on the other side. It looks like they're trying their best to. You see, the hill goes up quite a bit from the beaten path, off the path. And whenever you look straight over the hills, you can actually just see them kind of like lining at the bottom, not going up the hill, but kind of like marching down to the side of it. So I would say maybe about 40 or 50 feet down.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
they're close.
in a sort of slope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 40 feet. Okay. That's in the range of a lot of spells.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the case, a sheen, we'll say, let's see, so, okay, good, yeah, that's more, okay, what's their arrangement? Let me ask you this, can they all fit in a 40-foot cube? Or at least can 6 of them fit in a 40-foot cube? I think it's only 6. Or else-
6 can for sure.
Okay.
But first, roll me a stealth.
Oh. Okay. Oh, I rolled well.
So did I.
21.
Not that well.
Ah, dang.
No, I didn't roll that well.
Oh, okay.
No, 21 is good. I got a 17.
All right.
As you can tell, the more ordained looking one seems to be keeping an eye out on things. You're actually able to, now assuming leaving the rest of your party behind, go over the hill. What do you do?
Just enough to look over it. Asheen says, I'm going to slow as many as I can. Focus on the leader first.
I'll take a shot at him.
And
You're gonna get stuff and you're not even.
if you fire any fireballs, please avoid the cages.
I will avoid fireballs.
Alrighty.
I will light my sword on fire and kind of up. If Asheen is like up on the hill, I'll be kind of behind him, waiting till he's done. And then
I'll be kneeling down and I'll form both of my daggers.
Now, is there a fireball? Okay. Is there a way to do a fireball that could hit
You could probably maybe hit 2 at the most without clipping any of the children.
2 at the most? Okay. Then he's not going to sit.
They're being very
He'll
methodical.
just say, Taisha, no fireballs.
They're being awfully methodical for orcs.
he said, no fireball.
No
It's almost
fireball.
as if they're trained.
It's almost like they're trained or have been taught how to do this.
Mhm.
Or they're acting on someone's orders. Don't forget to take
But I can do a slow spell and pick the 6 people in that 30-foot cube. So
I'm gonna go ahead and say this much. Keep that in mind. I will allow you a surprise slow spell at the start of combat, and we'll go ahead and call it for tonight.
all right.
Sounds
Alright.
good. Thank
Sounds
you all for
good.
joining us.
Thanks for joining us,
Sorry.
everyone.
Y'all have a good one. Tensions among the curse breakers. Oh
Yeah.
boy!
Now you
Yeah.
realize
That's what
can
we
do it.
call character depth, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character building. Relationship building.
Let's see.
All
If,
that good stuff.
let's see if any PvP gets triggered at some
Right.
point. Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
Adios.